See, that's Chick McGee. Let's all just go left to right here. On the big screen, it's Pat Godwin.
Hello, good.
I'm not going to mention the medication issue. Okay, then we have Ace Cosby right there. Pat took twice his medication this morning by mistake. I told him he can go lie down.
Blood pressure.
I was going to say uppers or downers.
You're going to get sleepy.
You'll be
sleepy.
So if you double your blood pressure medication, does that mean your blood's going to explode? Or
it's not good. You shouldn't do it.
Okay. Would you need to go to the doctor's office?
No.
Okay. Do you want to go lie down? I have a couch in my office.
I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Now let's see, where was it? Chick McGee's across the way. I like that color. Josh wearing the beige, if you will, off-white Dinty Moore beef stew shirt today. Josh, of course, is sitting in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. I'm going to warn you, fellas. I'm telling you right now, if you want to make this Thanksgiving special, I know it's going to be tough. But you bring out that turkey, you've got a bracelet on one of the legs and a necklace on the other. Cha-ching, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Cha-ching.
You get those legs, you spread them wide apart.
On the turkey? No, you don't have to spread them wide apart.
No, not on the turkey. And
okay.
We're not talking about the turkey.
Jessica Alsman is sitting in for Christy Lee. Jessica with the jet black dyed hair and the beautiful blue eyes and the creamy white skin.
Creamy white skin.
Okay. Let's make this the last time you mention her blue eyes and her weird hair and her weird face. Okay, let's just stop.
That's actionable. I think creamy white skin.
What do you mean? Isn't it?
Is it a color?
It's a compliment.
Your Honor.
Oh, thank you.
No, tell that to the judge. Okay.
Well, I mean, the alternative would be her pizza face, pockmarked skin. No, you look lovely. You have nice.
Just say Jessica's here, just like you'd say Josh is here, or I
say Josh. I would say Josh has his Dinty Moore shirt on.
You're being sexist.
No,
you
not.
don't even know it.
I don't think it's sexist. I just think it's creepy, and I think that when it does it to a girl, it's different.
It's radio theater.
It's
theater
it's not.
Of the mind. Ace, how would you describe Jessica's look? Go ahead. You're a man of the world.
A lovely young lady.
There you go.
Look at that.
That's generic.
That's perfect.
With brown hair.
There we go.
Indeed.
And look, he even agrees with the hair color that she says she has.
It could be darker. You think it's dark?
It sure looks black to me.
Oh, it could be darker. I could come in here one day with jet black hair, and you would say,
it looks black to me is the new title of the auto. Oh, never mind. Willie Griswold is right there. Hey, Willie.
Hey, sorry I was late. I had to save a whole school bus full of orphans, and there was women and small animals, and I kind of just saved the day for them.
Oh, good for you.
No, I was getting coffee, so
well done, sir.
Yep.
Well done.
We have a genuine rescue story today. A real hero, a guy that dove into the water to pull the guy out of a sinking car.
Yikes.
And to top it off, this guy has an artificial limb. So he was the guy.
Which one?
The guy that rescued him.
Can I guess? What artificial limb he has?
Yes, I suppose.
Left arm.
Nope.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. I don't think we have to go around the horn. I think we'll get to the story coming up later.
Come on, this is fun.
We may have some sporting news.
Left arm.
This is Tom speaking. Welcome back to the program.
Left leg.
Certainly appreciate it. If you'd like to get a hold of us, Josh, what's the best way to do that?
Well, use the Bob and Tom app or email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. But I say text us. We have a text line. It's wonderful. 888-262-8661. I get 69 cents per text that comes in. Really helps out around the holidays.
To be perfectly clear, he gets nothing.
Well,
again, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. I love going through the overnights. We have lots of great emails we'll get to, including some veterans requests. And I should say we opened with, by the way, another request for Haywood Banks and the live version of Turkey Bird, which, by the way, has been illustrated and animated, to be more precise. And it's available at the various Bob and Tom social media platforms, a cartoon by David Adams. Very nice. Get you into the Hollywood spirit. I spoke to Haywood again yesterday, and he explained the process for getting that gigantic turkey he has ready to cook. It's actually kind of weird. Have you ever heard how they do this?
No.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
You chop their head off, to turn them upside down, bleed them out, pull the feathers, throw it in the oven.
Not in that order.
Not in that order.
Yeah.
Well, you don't bleed it out in the oven. That'll make a mess.
Apparently, apparently they take the bird and they stick it on this wire rack, so it's upside down.
While it's still alive?
Yeah, and then they zap it with a...
they like the electricity in
like
that
a
industry.
baseball bat thing.
Yeah.
And I guess that removes part of the mud vein, if you will, or at least empties it. And then they...
mud vein.
So is it hanging by its neck?
No, it's hanging by its feet. And then they
if you're
that's weird, right?
Yeah, if you're going to avoid that area.
Yeah, you'd want to hang it by the neck for that.
Yeah.
apparently not.
No, I know. Yeah,
I'm
no
not
kidding.
sure. I'm not sure the exact order of things. But then they
Happy Thanksgiving,
Oh,
everybody.
Sounds delicious, by the way.
But yes, I'm fully in favor of
Old
this.
Jed's a millionaire.
Turkeys are fantastic. But here's the interesting thing that I did not know. Then they put it in what is essentially, as I understand it, I may be getting this wrong, a dryer, like a washing machine spinning thing.
Yeah, it's got rubber on
And
it,
it's
right?
got these rubber fingers on it.
It's awful.
And then it spins around, and then the bird comes out all
Bald.
all naked.
Right.
So then I asked the stupid question, well, what do they do with all of the feathers and stuff?
You actually participated in this conversation. For how long was it?
Well, apparently a lot of that ends up being dog food.
Yeah.
The feathers?
Yep. Yes.
The blood and the other.
A lot of that stuff does.
Yeah, so, hey, look, I've watched my dog eat dog poop, so I think eating chicken heads.
You know, Dickie Dick and I, every season, we get on Thanksgiving, for instance, we have a big pole outside that says the Dickies, and we hang a turkey from it every Thanksgiving.
Do you know?
To tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving.
And it's a warning to other turkeys.
That's right. Oh, it's deader than hell once it
Do you
gets
lop
up
its
there.
head off with a hatchet or a samurai sword?
I bite it off because
you
nature.
bite it off.
Yeah, I'm not cruel. Nature.
Well, if it don't die on its own, we just string it up there, and it kicks
see.
and screams for hours.
Nice.
Screams.
Good to know. Thank you very much.
Happy Thanksgiving.
So we'll feature more turkey information.
Can I just say, the Turkey Bird song is great, but as I was driving in late, I'm not sure if you guys have ever done this, but they played Turkey Bird, and why can't we play Stairway to Heaven or something?
Oh, yeah.
Give me 6 minutes, baby.
When that happens, you're driving in going, Mr. Obvious, Mr. Obvious, Mr. Obvious.
Yeah, we can do the unedited Mr. Obvious turkey one.
Go, man, go.
I love that one. In fact, tell you what, we'll come back with that in just a few minutes. How about that? Get a little early Mr. O on. What do you mean,
Monday Night Football last night, Kirk Cousins found his testicles, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Vikes overcame a 104-yard kickoff return from Chicago's Cordell Patterson to beat the Bears 19-13.
Now, isn't that his first time as a winner on Monday night?
He's 1-9 now. That's exactly right. Most of those coming with my Washington football team. I could give you a little synopsis of each and every loss if you'd like.
Well, that's okay.
So that puts the shoe in at this point, 26-22. I had the Vikings -3 last night.
Did you triple it yesterday?
I think I might have.
You should have.
Let me check. Let me check the transcript. I have it right here.
You definitely double shocked it, and I think you might have said I tripled it as well.
Did I double shock it?
No, you didn't.
Apparently
do
not.
You didn't do either of those things.
Hang on a second.
I made that offer. I believe if we could go to the tape, I believe I made the offer.
When I give Josh the stink eye, it doesn't really carry on to the radio, does it?
No.
No, and it doesn't ruin my day like it ruins Christie's.
Okay. The whole day?
Well, we hope.
Oh, and hey, by the way, before we get to more sports coming back, when San Francisco 49ers defensive lineman, listen to this name, Kentavious Street.
Wow. I'm afraid of this guy already.
Hit New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees during Sunday's game. Those watching the matchup were upset over Street being called for roughing the passer penalty. Said the hit was apparently played a role in the latest Drew Brees injury. It's being reported Brees is suffering multiple cracked ribs and a collapsed lung.
Oh, no. Way worse than just what we thought.
Well, that's because that guy's huge and dangerous.
Evidently, the injuries have occurred over the past couple weeks and will now lead to Jameis Winston starting for the Saints. But sadly, Jameis, 40 touchdowns, 40 interceptions. He's a piece of work. The only thing Jameis can do is the victory formation. You know the victory formation.
What's the victory formation?
Well, you come up and you take the snap and then take a knee and you run out the clock. That's what Jameis does.
He's great at that.
He's great at
Talented.
Shake, you said these injuries were a couple weeks in the making, essentially. Are the days in football, and I know a lot of people don't like to talk about these days, but they did exist, when a guy would get hurt, he would go into the locker room, they would give him a shot, pat him on the ass, and go get back out there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Are those still happening?
They're not supposed. They're not supposed to. All the doctors are supposed to be independent contractors.
You know, what's the rule about the famous baseball situation where the guy went in and was it Lou Gehrig went in for him and never stopped playing?
Wally Pipp got injured, and Lou Gehrig went in?
Is that the one?
I think that-
Yeah. So these guys don't want to. We had an NFL quarterback on the show once talking about the fact that he had his bell rung.
Yeah.
And he immediately went back in, and he looked at the films later and said he had no idea who that was. But he said you didn't want to not go in because you might get your replacement might do better. There's
Right.
a lot of bad things going on, but
It's also when a broken rib becomes a collapsed lung sometimes.
yeah. What's the
only hurts
name
when
of the
he
guy
breathes.
again?
Yeah.
Kentavious Street.
Oh, that's a
Kentavious.
I'm going to call him Kenny. See what he says.
That is Dickensian.
Kentavious is a great name.
Even cooler, though, after Drew Brees got the punctured lung, now everyone's calling him Drew Wheeze.
Oh, that is good. That does make sense.
Wheezy.
Wheeze? Is that your George Jefferson?
Well, this is not one of my best, apparently.
You've done so much you have to apologize for this break. It's really, I can't keep track.
Honestly, I'm glad because now no one's worried about me being late.
Yeah,
so.
it's all like it
Okay,
didn't even
good day for
happen.
me.
Let's move forward here. Coming up, we'll get some more sports. You got a pretty cool world record, one that I think that almost anybody could try.
Huh.
Well, you can try them all. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, with where you could at least get halfway. We'll find out about that one. It will require a lot of candy. But right now, I want to remind you.
I thought you were talking about the other one.
Oh, the other one's really hard.
Well.
The car one?
Yeah, we can push a car. Everybody can push a car.
Not a mile.
Well,
Not
it'd
that
take
fast.
a while.
Down a hill.
Yeah, sure. Where was I? I know. HelloFresh. What is HelloFresh? Well, it's the #1 meal kit in the world. Well, HelloFresh is designed to save you a lot of time going to the grocery store, #1. And #2, it's ready for you to cook, and it's all been measured and everything else. HelloFresh giving you great recipes. And the key is the freshness. So a lot of these recipes are really quite simple. But they have those special packets of spices, so they taste extra great. You can find out more at HelloFresh.com. There's a special offer from the Bob and Tom Show, where if you use the code BTShow90, you get $90 off, including free shipping during HelloFresh's Black Friday sale. So save a trip to the store, which these days may be scary anyway. Cut your food waste substantially. Have your kids actually finish their food because it's so tasty. Every week, 22 curated recipes. What does that mean? Well, you pick the kind of food that you like to eat. It might be comfort food. It might be family friendly. It could be vegetarian. It could be low-cal, whatever you're into. The box arrives, and you're ready to go. And it's fresh. HelloFresh.com. The code is BTShow. And right now is the time to try it out because this is the best offer ever. $90 off, including free shipping. And HelloFresh with their special Black Friday sale. Limited time only, though. So go to HelloFresh.com right now. Check it out. BTShow90 is that special code for $90 off. HelloFresh.com, code BTShow90. We're coming back with that. And a little Mr. Obvious. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Oh, stupid is cool. I'm the king of that. I'm Mark Allison, and it's Tuesday, the 17th of November. Thanks so much for joining us. Jessica Alsman sitting in for Christy Lee. She's on assignment. She'll be back later this week. And later this morning, comedian Kostaki Economopoulos will be going over the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings victorious over the Chicago Bears last night. Cordarrelle Patterson had a kickoff return, 104 yards for a touchdown, but the Vikings able to overcome that and hold on for the win. Kostaki with the details coming up this morning. A look at all of the NFL, including his Atlanta Falcons and perhaps Chick's Washington team. Your favorite team also will be talked about. Don't worry. And Kostaki most likely will insult them. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk headlines. Houston police looking for 5 people involved in a shooting of Benny the Butcher, the hip-hop group Griselda, during a robbery attempt outside a Walmart in Texas Saturday afternoon. Police spokesman says Benny stepping out of his Rolls-Royce with 2 others when 5 individuals demanded their chains and shot Benny when they were not moving fast enough. He is expected to survive. It's the 3rd shooting of rapper in Texas this week. Boozy Badass shot in the leg hours before Benny. That's just a day after Boozy attended a vigil for Dallas rapper Mo 3, who was shot to death on a highway last Wednesday. Well, in brighter news, a restaurant in Plymouth, Massachusetts will be happy to have Donnie Wahlberg return anytime. He spent spent $35.27 on lunch on November 7th, left a tip of $2,020. Get it? 2020. The restaurant posted a photo of the receipt on Facebook with their thanks and added, when asked about it, all he said was, "Who's up next?" Wahlberg left a 2020 tip at an Illinois IHOP earlier this year and a $2,000 tip at a Waffle House in North Carolina back in 2017. John Fogerty's been playing at home with his children during the pandemic and putting up music videos of them playing together. Now they're putting out a full album on Friday. Fogerty has teamed up with his daughter Kelsey, his sons Shane and Tyler for an album called Fogerty's Factory. The album full of their versions of Fogerty's best-known songs, including Center Field, Down on the Corner, and Proud Mary. I'm Mark Allison. That's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, fellas.
Hi, Floyd.
Floyd, how are you?
Josh, I believe you offered to talk about your thoughts on universal health care.
No, that's not quite what I said.
I don't know if it's time for a conundrum, but here's a thought for you.
All right.
When it comes to pre-existing conditions, would you be willing to cover bad attitudes? Listen to your answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's very helpful.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Roger Naylor is our guest from the Ohio Valley. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember. Is your wife a cop?
Yeah, it's not the traditional job like we were talking about. I mean, it is very, very romantic. We met at a Dunkin' Donuts. So. She hates that job.
I'll bet she does.
It is a weird job for a woman to have, but it has its advantages. I mean, what other job can you think of where the woman comes home every single night with handcuffs? So
sure,
we got a little game we like to play called Held for Questioning. On the downside, my wife carries a gun.
Oh, good point.
Which makes PMS a whole different ball game in my house. Our toilet seat stays down. I take no chances. I pee in the tub or out in the yard. I don't even.
It's 21 on the old nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She has a nose, and I say black hair. It's Jessica Alsman with the weather.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunny today, but it's going to stay cool with a high of 44. Tonight we'll have a low of 25 with a freeze warning, and tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of 50. Currently it is 36 degrees.
Let's get some snow. That way you can really enjoy the Christmas nights of lights at the beautiful Indiana State Fairgrounds. I'm very excited about this. It's a cool thing you do it in your car. Have some fun with the kids. Crank up the Christmas tunes. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. There's Ace, there's Chick. Just itching to get that sportscast underway. We'll be doing that in a few minutes. Josh Arnold is over there. I can see him at the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair. That's not Christy. That's not a blonde. That's the dark-haired, I say black-haired, Jessica Halsman.
Hello.
This is
it
Tom
is dark. That's
without
fair.
much hair. And Willie with...
gorgeous head of hair.
Apparently his
Obviously,
mother's
Tom is
genes.
not his father.
That could be. Who
Yeah,
knows?
sorry I was late. It took me 45 minutes to blow dry.
I bet so, man.
Okay. Well, in the hair competition, we have Mr. Pat Godwin, who doubled down on his medication by mistake. Are you okay in there?
A little woozy.
Okay.
Make it a comeback.
All right. I'm serious. If you have to go lie down, feel free.
Thank you, though.
I don't want you collapsing on the air and ruining the show.
Have a bagel.
And ruining the show.
That'd be a great show.
Collapse on the air. Not that we call medical professionals.
We'd go viral.
So is it a sense that you have that the only person you could really upset with a comment like that is Pat? Like you wouldn't tell Josh that or me. We just laugh it off. But Pat will take that, hold it, look at it in the entire morning. And then we'll all have to text him and say, Pat, Tom, will you stop it?
Because see, I'll explain this to Jessica. If say Pat and I have been working on a song, and then he flubs it, and then we start it over.
Again, something
I
that hurts.
take it hard.
Then he takes it all day long. And I say it's great when we have to start stuff over because that way people realize this is a live show.
Yeah.
Definitely live.
It's fine.
If you were always perfect, it'd be so boring.
Yes, that's what you say about your boyfriend.
Yeah, and yes, and myself.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry.
Donnie is perfect. I'll put him on a pedestal. It's not fair how good he is.
Really?
Really?
Nice. That's good to know.
He looks good. He's a cute guy. I get it.
Okay. Well, let's just on that note. We had another request here. Because Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and it may be a little bit different this year. I keep people want to Zoom while they eat. I don't think that's correct. Don't you have your Thanksgiving? But then if you want to Zoom grandma, you don't have to be sitting there stuffing your face and moving the camera around on a lazy Susan. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'm going to wait.
Yeah, wait till after you've eaten.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than holding your cell phone so you can FaceTime as you shove mashed potatoes in your face.
I don't want to hear people eat.
There are 3 football games on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day. I will know. I'll get up. It'll be 11 o'clock. Next thing I'll look, it'll be 10:30 at night. Who cares about Thanksgiving?
Who cares? Could I be you for just a second? There are 3 football games on Thanksgiving. Just a second.
Not so fast. Oh, my goodness. Don't do that. Now you jinxed it. Boy, you were just really something.
I think
you beat everything. You know that?
They'll play. They'll play. Now,
I'm going to Zoom my nieces, but Tom, you have young girls. I would imagine this has happened to you when you're away from them. You FaceTime them. My nieces like to set the phone down and go do something for 20 minutes.
Let me ask you this. Remember when we were kids and we got walkie-talkies for the very first time and you go in the other room or upstairs, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Did they do that with FaceTime and iPads and things
No,
now?
but they still...
I bet they do.
They still love walkie-talkies. Yeah. We got the girls walkie... And it's always the same thing. They go around the corner and the batteries aren't in yet and they go, can you hear me? And they can hear them just from around the corner. Yes, and then they start talking the lingo.
So, Chick, I'm going to read you some of my texts from my little sister, Finley.
Oh, excellent.
That come from the iPad she has that is only sometimes hooked up. This is a picture of Legos. This is just her emoji face. Got to take it a little big.
She's 7.
This is heart eye emoji, heart face emoji, heart kiss emoji. This one's just, hi, Willie, I love you. I really, really miss you. And then it's the song Trolls, Wanna Have a Good Time. So she kind of just sends whatever she wants to.
How about that?
Spreading joy.
Yeah, but you're right, though, Josh. They will on occasion. Oh, Nana's on the phone. And they say hello for a few minutes. The next thing you know, you hear this. If you walk through a room, you hear someone going, hello? Hello?
Yeah, I've noticed that kids always want your phone to play games, but they never want your phone to talk to someone they love.
Well, briefly, they'll talk.
Write that down. There's a bit there somewhere.
Okay.
Really?
Now,
didn't get a damn laugh in here, so maybe.
No, we'll work on it.
Let's check in with our turkey.
I beg your pardon? Oh, I thought you were going to say our turkey sportscaster.
No.
Remember when that was a thing? You turkey. You jive turkey.
Yeah, what show did they always say that on?
Not just at Thanksgiving. Jive turkey.
What was that?
Starsky and Hutch, I think. Maybe Huggy Bear said jive turkey.
Yeah, it really never stuck.
Sanford and Son said jive turkey?
Yeah, I think Ace is right.
Yeah, there really isn't do you have a pejorative word that you would use for white folk there, Ace?
Can I leave the room, please?
Okay, I just collapsed.
I mean, honky doesn't really affect us. I'm just saying.
Well, if we're on 30 minutes after what he's done this first half hour, I will be surprised.
It's a fair question. What is the, there's a whole list of, but yeah, jive turkey really doesn't.
Uncle Charlie? Is that still a thing?
I don't even know what that means.
Didn't Denzel Washington? I think it's his first Carbon Copy. I think that was his first movie with George Siegel.
Yes. Yes.
George Siegel was his father, and Denzel said, "We call you people Uncle Charlie."
Right.
In the movie. Yeah.
Is that a thing, or do they just make that up? I've never heard that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. My friend Colin at the school he worked at, the kids used to call him Ed Sheeran, and that hurt him a little bit. So maybe it's just kind of saying you look like kind of goofy looking white folks.
Colin's got red hair, right?
He does, yeah, because he kind of looks like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He's got that going.
It's better than redheaded stepchild.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Unless he is a redheaded stepchild.
That's usually involved with a beating, I think.
But Uncle Charlie, the most famous Uncle Charlie, presumably would be from My Three Sons, who, of course, replaced Bub, the great William Frawley, when he died.
Okay, Josh isn't even aware of the reference you're making.
I am aware of the show My Three Sons.
Yeah, but the Uncle Charlie, never very convincing character. Sorry. May he rest in peace. But the point is, it's time for a little bit of Mr. Obvious as we explore the world of Thanksgiving.
Hi, hello. This is Mr. Obvious, and welcome to the Mr. Obvious Show. Let's take a call. Mr. Obvious Show.
Hello, is this Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Hi, Mr. Obvious. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, thanks very much, caller. How can I help?
Well, Mr. Obvious, I need some advice on cooking a turkey. I tried cooking one the last 5 years, and I just haven't had any success.
Well, now, let's start at the beginning. Do you have a big roasting pan?
Well, I sure do, Mr. Obvious.
Good. Now, do you have an oven?
Well, of course I do, Mr. Obvious. I'm no idiot, Mr. Obvious. I'm not like a lot of those people that call your show.
Oh, now, please don't take offense at this question. Do you actually have a turkey?
Sure, Mr. Obvious. I got a nice big 25-pound turkey.
Whoa. Great. Have you stuffed your turkey, caller?
Oh, yeah, that's all done.
Preheated the oven?
Yep.
Well, caller, I don't mind telling you, Mr. Obvious is a little bit puzzled at this point as to why you haven't been able to successfully cook your turkey in the past.
Well, I am too, Mr. Obvious.
All right.
Well, the problem is that the turkey's just too tough.
Too tough, you say?
Oh, yeah, real tough.
Now, do you baste the turkey?
Yep, I tried that, and it didn't seem to help.
Have you thought about putting the turkey in a bag?
In a bag, Mr. Obvious?
Yes, sir, caller. Many people swear by this method of cooking a turkey.
That sounds kind of hard, Mr. Obvious.
Hard? Why no, caller? It's not hard at all.
Well, if you say so. Can you hang on a second? I can give it a try while I got you on the phone here.
Well, normally Mr. Obvious is pressed for time, but for a caller like you, I'll spare a few seconds. Go ahead, put your turkey in the bag. I'll hold on.
Great, thanks, Mr. Obvious. I'll be right back. All right, come here, boys. Get in this bag.
What's going on there?
Calm down, boy.
What the heck?
Come on, get in the bag, little feller.
What's going on there? Caller.
Don't fight me.
Caller. Hello?
Dad, scum it.
Why do I even try?
Mr. Obvious?
Yes, caller?
It's not going to work. I'm telling you, he's just too tough. I can't get him in there. I figure even if I did get him in there, if he can get out of a roasting pan like he has the last 5 years, I don't see how paper bag is going to hold him very long.
Your turkey's alive, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's alive. There's no doubt about that. He's a tough old bird.
You've been trying to cook the same live turkey for 5 years, Carl?
Sure have, and haven't had a bit of success, Mr. Obvious.
Well, I can't help but saying Mr. Obvious is saddened by this turn of events.
I know what you mean, Mr. Obvious. My little girl, she gets sad every year. Try to pop this doggone turkey in the oven.
Hey, here's an idea. Have you ever thought about killing the turkey?
Tell you what, Mr. Obvious, I've sure thought about it a couple times. Man, when that sucker bites me, I just want to wring his neck. I've never been so mad that I actually seriously thought about killing him.
Uh-huh. Caller, you can't cook the turkey until he's dead.
Really?
Yes, really. You cook dead turkeys, not live ones.
I never made the connection.
Yeah. Hey, that's all the time we have for today.
Hey, Mr. Obvious?
Yes, Colin.
Thanks, Mr. Obvious. You're a lifesaver.
I appreciate it. Join us next week for another.
Hey, Mr. Obvious?
Yeah.
One more thing. How long do turkeys typically live?
Join us next week for the Mr. Obvious Show.
That's right. That's right. The turkey will be deceased, as a general rule. Your microphone's off.
Yeah, somebody must have turned it off.
The black-haired lady?
Are you saying I did this?
No, I'm saying Ace didn't turn it back on for me. The
black-haired lady.
One of the fattest things I've done is when that...
Wait, whoa. If you're going to do this, thank you very much.
Is this the... Oh, yeah. That bit, well, I would listen to it every year, of course.
Oh, the turkey.
Mr. Obvious turkey thing.
Right. But one of the fattest things you've ever done is what?
Is assuming that until just now, just listening to it just now, I thought the little girl of the caller was sad every year because her dad couldn't cook the turkey and they couldn't eat it. Now I realize she didn't want to see the turkey be killed. So I projected my own fatness onto her.
Oh, that is fascinating.
You thought the issue was that there was no entree.
Yes.
We're family.
That is exactly what I thought.
Do you want me to give you a recording of this to take to your therapist?
I was going to say, as my therapist would say, there's a lot to unpack there.
Oh, wow. Boy, I tell you what, therapists right now have to be. Talk about a tough gig.
Yeah, boy.
Everyone's got some kind of weird COVID PTSD.
Yes.
So yeah, I salute them as well right now. Now, that of course was a request. We're continuing our veterans request. We will continue to do that again. It's Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com, or get the Bob and Tom app. It's free. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with it. And where do you get the Bob and Tom app? Josh.
Oh, everybody knows where to get apps.
Yep, every living person.
Yep, you're the only one who does it.
Monday Night Football last night. Kirk Cousins, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Vikings overcome a 104-yard kickoff return by Chicago's Cordell Patterson.
Cordell.
Cordell. Doesn't sound like a new Toyota, the electric Toyota. The Cordell.
Remember Cordell and Hannibal?
They beat, the Bears 19-13 losers last night to the Vikings. And Nick Foles, with 34 seconds left, was crashed to the turf, and it looks like he and his shoulder have reached a separation agreement, and it's a gruesome tackle. So
good thing they have Trubisky on the bench, and Bears fans just love that guy.
Yeah, they can't wait for Mr. Biscuit to get back.
I don't see how people could be mad about this. They're furious.
Less than 2 weeks before Antonio Brown, they call him AB. He signed a deal that made him a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and he was living at Tom Brady's house. The wide receiver once again in trouble with the law.
Already?
Just before he signed with the Buccaneers, according to a police report obtained by the Miami Herald. What do you mean? Oh, listen to what he did. Brown
I thought they
just now.
What isn't the term? What is it? Vetting. Wouldn't they have checked to make sure he was okay because he has a history of troubles? Before you sign him, wouldn't you look into it? And
I don't know. Millions of dollars. I don't know what's going on here. Tom Brady must really like Antonio Brown.
He's a fine player, but apparently not a great guy.
According to the Miami Herald, hi, Harry. Brown was accused of angrily destroying a surveillance camera at his gated community in Hollywood and throwing a bicycle at a security guard shack.
Oh, man.
He has an anger problem, I think. The incident occurred on October 15th. Hollywood police, this is in Florida, determined that they had probable cause to charge Brown with a misdemeanor and Josh's favorite term, criminal mischief. Yes. However, the Homeowners Association, are you guys ready? The Homeowners Association president, Sylvia Berman. I'm the president.
This is your interpretation of who she is?
That's Sylvia Berman. But she declined to press charges.
I'm the president.
She said that she's scared that Brown might retaliate against her and her employees if she was going to press any charges.
Yeah, he may. Who knows?
Yeah, boy, you Google this guy, and it's just a series of problems.
Yeah.
Headline, NFL player Antonio Brown turns himself in at a Florida jail. Antonio Brown, fish head started $38,000 feud. Remember that one? A legal dispute between Antonio Brown and a chef. Stefano Tedeschi said he cooked the wide receiver and left the salmon head in a freezer to make soup the following day. Brown misinterpreted the fish head as a slight.
That's
I
right.
do remember this now. Yeah. What a nut.
Wow.
The latest incident with Brown sparked after a blue Alfa Romeo pulled up to the guard shack at Hollywood Oaks, asked to visit Antonio because Brown had gate restrictions, meaning he had to be at the gate to escort the guest inside. He had to be called down by the guard. The police report states that Brown arrived on a blue bicycle and began to express his anger with her for denying his guest access.
Well,
quote, "Why are you wasting my effing time? You need to let my guest through the effing gate."
No.
Well put. Brown is then alleged to approach his guard shack, struck the surveillance camera, and then picked up his bicycle and threw it at the security guard.
Well, jeez. If you're going to get a prostitute, you meet her at the gate, Antonio.
That's just being a gentleman. Okay.
But I got to tell you, nice car.
Oh, the Alfa
Romeo.
Yeah, those are nice.
Sweet ride.
I do like the fact that Antonio Brown just became the oldest person to get angry on a bike. Because I feel like that's reserved for 12-year-olds who get in trouble at their friend's house.
Or people who are on a DUI.
This is from Antonio Brown's spokesman. He regrets that he lost his cool that day, has made amends with the HOA. He's rightly concerned. He's routinely targeted by some people for mistreatment and undue scrutiny because he is Antonio Brown.
Making amends meant that someone wrote a check. Sylvia, here's some cash. Now, let's get back to the world of crime right now, shall we?
Sure.
FBI, they're happy. The FBI is happy to report that cybercrime way up. No, they're not happy to report it at all. And all kinds of stuff going on out there. Be very careful, by the way, of emails that you open up. Some of them are made to look like real invoices or invitations to cool events or payment informations. Be very careful. When clicked on, a pop-up can appear saying enable content or enable editing, but this will stick some malware on your computer. All kinds of cybercrime going on out there. That's where LifeLock comes in. LifeLock is out there trying to detect a wide range of identity threats, like your social security number, for example, being for sale right now on the dark web. LifeLock is scanning things all the time and making sure that if your numbers come up, you know right away, so you can find out what's happening. Is someone trying to borrow money using your name? Is someone trying to get the unemployment check that you might be due? Or is someone trying to get your tax refund? LifeLock is out there looking, and they can see threats you might miss on your own. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses. LifeLock's out there looking. Join right now, by the way. Here's something special. LifeLock is already very inexpensive, but now save up to 25% in your first year if you use the promo code TOM25. Call 1-800-LifeLock or just go to LifeLock.com. Once again, that promo code, my name, Tom, 25 for 25% off. LifeLock.com. Coming back with more sports?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Also, we have in the news alligators, couch potatoes, meth, and a little bit of something about Marilyn Monroe's pubic hair.
Monroe.
Oh.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. and Tom 24/7.
Speaking of Kostaki Economopoulos, he will be on with us later this morning, zooming in safely, I assume, from outside Atlanta, Georgia. However, you can catch Kostaki every Wednesday on his Facebook Live at 9 p.m. for his show 50 Toasts. Search Kostaki at patreon.com to join the community. That's Wednesday nights on Facebook Live at 9 p.m. 50 Toasts with our friend Kostaki Economopoulos, and he'll be joining us later this morning via Zoom right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Vikings overcome a 104-yard kickoff return by Chicago's Cordell Patterson to beat the Bears 19-13 in Chicago. Former New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker has been cleared of robbery charges in Florida after his alleged victim's attorney was arrested on extortion charges. Prosecutors announced Monday they were dropping all charges against Baker. That came shortly after the county sheriff's office arrested attorney William Dean and charged him with extortion. And New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold to be sidelined for a second straight game. He's recovering from an injured right shoulder. The NCAA says it plans to hold the entire 2021 men's college basketball tournament in one location to mitigate the risks of the coronavirus. It is in talks with Indianapolis to be that one city. The Final Four is already set to be held in Indianapolis next year. The association said it's relocating early round games that had been scheduled for 13 cities across the country. And in college football, number 5 Texas A&M will not play for a second straight week. Saturday's home game against Mississippi postponed because of lingering issues with the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I learned that cheese loves music.
Really?
You know what the favorite music of cheese is?
What?
R&B.
R&B.
You know, I don't know if Bree stings.
Boy, oh boy.
Ooh, in the words of Leonard Skinner, ooh, what's that smell?
Yikes.
R&B. Okay.
R&B.
Josh, you know my favorite R&B song?
No.
That's the Munster Mash.
Fuck yes.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
With us in the studio, comedian Doug Stanhope. I wanted to talk about something fairly mundane, actually, with Doug. You hate baseball. Am I correct?
Baseball players always they look like cops so much. They're so they're so joyless.
Are you out of your mind?
But no, you watch any other sport and they're happy and they're pumping up the crowd, they're high fiving. And baseball guys, they just look so joyless and smug, and they just sit there in the dugout and they look like cops. You know how someone gets pulled over, they have no registration, and you need 9 officers, and they all stand around with their arms crossed and self-important looking. No joy in their face.
So what do you do during? Because I can tell you love.
I mean, I'll bet on baseball because I think that's the only reason people watch it is because it's the only thing on in the summer. I hate the Yankees. That's the only reason I watch baseball is to hope the Yankees lose, and I guess that's probably a miserable. Just because they buy their team and their fans are so obnoxious. Like if you're gonna just be cheering in the stands, pick an underdog and have some character. If you have money on the game, it's different. That's like having stock in a company.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to be a loudmouth, beer-fueled ass bag in the stands, pick the underdog. Rooting for the Yankees is like going to a casino and cheering for the house. You're already supposed to win.
47 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
And let's see now. We have our TV show coming up this evening, My Indie TV 23.
And tonight's Anything Can Happen night.
It is. I had no idea that would happen. It's 11:30 once again on My Indie TV 23. It's called Bob and Tom Tonight. Also, this show comes to you on the internet every day. If you check it out on YouTube, you can watch it. There's a whole network. And we mentioned earlier the app. We'll get to that in just a second. Also, a couple of podcasts of interest also coming up. And I want to remind you about the State Fairgrounds Christmas Nights of Lights. Check that out in person. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us. Ace, Chick, Josh, this is Tom. That's Willie. That's Patty G over there. And sitting in for Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk, it is the lovely Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
Seems to be some argument about her hair color. We'll just leave it right there. I've been trying to find out the origin of the saying jive turkey.
No kidding. Just in time for the holidays.
Yeah, it doesn't really have any sting to it.
I haven't heard it till today.
A great song by the Ohio Players.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I was not aware of that. I'm an Ohio Players fan.
Ohio Players? Skin tight?
Oh,
yep.
Wearing them skin tight britches? People driving into ditches?
That's good stuff. Yes, sir.
Are you poet?
Damn.
Apparently, it was used by on the Jeffersons.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that's, I guess, where this says it didn't come into common use until the 70s.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it exited common use very quickly.
The Ohio Players.
Yeah, what was that called?
I don't think that was him. I
Oh,
don't
it
think
wasn't?
that guy was in the Ohio Players.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Or he was one of a couple guys who had that.
Okay. In the meantime,
the tilted eraser, is that what you called it?
Yesterday on the no, he had a globular fro, if you will, but it was kind of canted to the one side.
Oh my God!
Very unusual look. Yesterday we got on the topic of fast food because it was fast food day.
Oh, that's right.
And I pointed out that my favorite fast food, I'll be honest with you, is the Filet-O-Fish sandwich at McDonald's.
All right.
I'm a huge fan. Got a nice letter from a longtime listener, Brett in Wisconsin. And he wants to know, he has a question for you, Josh.
Oh.
He's familiar with the history of the Filet-O-Fish. He says it was actually introduced by a franchise owner in Ohio due to slumping burger sales on Fridays, when at the time people of the Roman Catholic faith were asked to abstain from meat on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
And that has apparently gone away, but that was a thing.
Yeah, mortal sin.
It's still pretty popular.
Yeah.
That was growing.
But it was a
must back then, right?
Yeah, so apparently, so he had the idea and it took off. He says he thinks they use Alaskan pollock for the McDonald's sandwich. Whatever it is, it's delicious. I love it. If you've never had it, it's got a nice slice of cheese.
Are you sure it's Alaskan pollock?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a Polish
Here's
fish?
the question for Josh. I'll pretend he's not talking.
All right.
Not a Polish
How many
fish?
pollocks does it take to make a fish sandwich at McDonald's?
I can't wait for your cardiologist, Dr. Makowski, to slip. A little bowling joke. Oh, I'm sorry, that was your aorta. Please ask Josh if he had one of these. When he was in Korea, apparently they made a different type of fish sandwich.
Yeah, it was called a fish burger. They just call everything burger over there in those fast food restaurants.
And if you were speaking Korean, the word would come out burger?
Yeah, burger. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Fish burger.
This
Peanut
guy
butter
said,
and jelly burger?
Kinda.
Huh.
Was it extremely chewy? Brett wants to know.
A little bit. There was also one called a shrimp burger.
Yeah, you're right. He mentions that as well.
Okay, which was chewier.
Said in Japan they use shrimp. They call it an EBI Filet-O.
Huh.
So
E-I-E-I-O? What are you saying?
E as in Edward, B as in Bob, I as in I'm done with this.
Oh, the bio.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Anyways, thank you. That's interesting. So
yeah, I did have it and I liked it.
Okay, good. I'm glad they have the fish sandwich to this day. McDonald's fries and a Filet-O-Fish. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're happy.
Real quick, Monday Night Football last night. Vikings win, beating the Bears 19-13 in Chicago. Former New York Giants cornerback, listen to this story. DeAndre Baker, evidently the mistake maker, he's been cleared of robbery charges in Florida after alleged victim's attorney arrested on extortion charges.
Whoops.
Keep up with me.
This is complicated.
Prosecutors announced Monday they were dropping all charges against Baker. That came shortly after the county sheriff's office yesterday arrested attorney William Dean and charged him with extortion. Baker, you recall, had been charged with holding up 4 men at gunpoint at a May barbecue in Fort Lauderdale.
Sheesh.
Nothing ruins a barbecue like a holdup. Dean his attorney allegedly told Baker's attorney his clients would stop cooperating with investigators and change their stories in exchange for $266,000. Seems like a bargain.
I'm lost.
Dean's law partner declined comment. Of course, Baker was released by the Giants after his arrest. Let's see. College basketball. Big news yesterday. The NCAA says it plans to hold the entire 2021 men's college basketball tournament in
the nude.
One city. Possibly nude, but I don't think so. They can drive over here. Stop that. The NCAA.
I'm aware.
In one location to mitigate the risks of the coronavirus. They are in talks with Indianapolis to be that one host city. The Final Four already set to be in Indianapolis. Yes, Tom, what is it?
Isn't the main basketball stadium under construction right now?
Is that true?
I would guess they might go to
Final
Lucas
Four would be
Oil.
the dome.
It'd be at the
Final Four would be.
It's half torn up right now. They're doing like a $1 billion remodel.
for the big tournament.
Guess they'll have to hurry. Just back to you.
You really like messing things up.
It's a simple question.
I don't know. I'm not in construction, Tom. Why don't you Google it and find out for yourself?
Plus, Indianapolis is only in contention, it sounds like.
Yeah.
They haven't quite decided.
They're hosting the Final Four. That's it.
Okay.
That may have something
How's
to do
that
with it.
taste?
So they'll have to do it at the bigger stadium.
Number 5, Texas A&M will not play for a second straight college.
Yeah, it's happened.
How do I even try?
Just asking.
You're impossible.
Give it up.
People were celebrating yesterday. Big news. One city.
I'm just saying.
Well, they can't possibly finish the facility by the time.
Whatever it is, they're going to figure it out.
Actually, they're talking. Actually, if you knew anything about sports.
I don't. I'm asking questions.
They want to move it from March to have May Madness this year and start the season a little later. Of course, this idea comes from Rick Pitino, so who knows what's going to happen.
They're going to do something. They can't take the financial hit.
I think I would kind of love May Madness.
And if you use common sense, you would think that they'll have the facilities finished by the time they play basketball.
I don't know.
Why are you looking at Ace? Is he in construction?
That time I did have the same thought. Would they do it at stadium or the arena?
You know, I knew you two guys thought alike.
Stadium would have more dressing rooms. If you got 64 teams coming in.
Okay. They could spread them out more. Okay.
Spread out.
They've had the Final Four at the stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I have a real quick idea here.
Give scores.
All right.
From now
Does
on.
anybody have time right now to call a lawyer and trademark May Madness? I'm kidding. No. If they did that, that would be a whole new line of shirts.
I wonder if they'll do the month of May in Indianapolis. No one's ever done that.
Sure.
Why shouldn't some tavern should do that? Start May Madness. Just have a
I
good
would hope
time.
they had the brains to trademark that or whatever. Coming up in sports, we have some world records. I know that.
My breakdown will continue.
We also have more requests. We have also coming up Lamborghinis in the news, monkey brains. No, you don't eat them.
And more Ohio players.
That's good stuff.
Skin tight britches.
And that is we have Jive Turkey. Jive Turkey from the Ohio players up next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Tom 24/7.
Hope your Tuesday morning's off to a fabulous start, and we certainly are glad we are a part of it here at the Bob and Tom Show. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much to our Bob and Tom 24/7 listeners for tuning in each and every morning to this crazy little show we call the Bob and Tom Show. And we'll have more of the Bob and Tom Show coming up. Kostaki Economopoulos is scheduled to appear this morning, zooming his way in to talk about the NFL. Coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. SpaceX's newly launched capsule with 4 astronauts has arrived at the International Space Station. The Dragon capsule pulled up and docked late Monday night following a 27-hour completely automated flight from Florida. This is the second astronaut mission for SpaceX, but it's the first time Elon Musk's company delivered a crew for a full 6-month stay. The 3 Americans and 1 Japanese astronaut will remain at the orbiting lab till the replacements arrive next spring on another Dragon. They gave a tour of their capsule Monday, and first-time space flyer Victor Glover was presented his gold astronaut pin. Hurricane Iota has roared ashore as a dangerous Category 4 storm along almost exactly the same stretch of Nicaragua's Caribbean coast, devastated by an equally powerful Hurricane Eta 13 days ago. Iota had intensified into an extremely dangerous Category 5 storm during the day Monday, but the U.S. National Hurricane Center says it weakened slightly as it neared the coast late Monday. Heavy flooding is expected. A hearing on the Trump's campaign federal lawsuit seeking to prevent Pennsylvania officials from certifying the vote results remain on track. It's scheduled for Tuesday in Williamsport after the judge denied the campaign's new lawyer's request for a delay. The Trump campaign wants to prevent certification of state voting results that give President-elect Joe Biden Pennsylvania's 20 electoral votes. The lawsuit centers on election procedures that were not uniform across the state of Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Kathy Bachvar in Pennsylvania has asked to have the lawsuit thrown out. That's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up right after this.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Are odors in your home a constant problem? Do you live with a smoker, have pets, or simply have annoying kitchen cooking odors that just won't go away? Do you ever hear comments like this?
Gee, Janet, I never thought of fertilizing houseplants with cow dung.
Or has a house guest ever said,
Great room freshener, Bill. What do you call it? Early American locker room?
You've tried carpet deodorizers, spray mist, incense, stick-up fragrance dispensers, and even plug-in devices that temporarily mask the smells in your home. Nothing seems to work. That's why Home Products Incorporated, a division of Frigamall Industries, is proud to announce its latest innovation, Le Clip. With Le Clip, foul-smelling odors seem to miraculously disappear. Simply put Le Clip over your nose and the nose of visitors to your home and see what a difference it can.
7:02 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Jessica Alsman, she's all woman. She's going to do the weather for us.
That's right.
Can I change her name to Jessica Alsman? Never mind.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunny today, but it's going to stay cool with a high of 44. Tonight, a low of 25. We've got a freeze warning, and tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 50. Currently, it is 34 out.
Okay, I'm going to give assignments now. Okay, Chick, you're second.
The HR people are going to come in here and just take you away
that's fine.
at some point.
You're second. Josh, you're third. Ready?
Okay.
Chick, you're second.
I'm not participating.
Can you be second, Ace? Thank you very much. AAA. That's right. It's that time. Wouldn't this make a nice holiday gift? A AAA membership? I think so. AAA keeps your family safe on the road. A lot of folks are going to be driving to grandmother's house and through the woods this year. Well, maybe you won't be driving. If you're driving through the woods, you'll really want AAA.
I'll participate in that. I won't sing, but I'll participate in that.
I hope there's a road through the woods. Rely on AAA anytime you're on the side of the road with a dead battery, flat tire, you've run out of gas. I've done all of those things in the last 3 years. Thank you very much. AAA, I've been a member forever since I was 16. AAA membership. Stop by an office. Visit AAA.com and join up. 844-GO, AAA, GO. That's AAA. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Ace, Chick, Josh. I'm Tom. That's Willie. That's Patty G. Right over there at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk, sitting in for Christy Lee, it's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
You don't like calling her Jessica Alswoman? No?
Real dumb.
Okay.
All's person. Maybe I don't care if it's man or woman. Yeah, I don't care either.
You don't care? Okay, good. Okay. Jessica All's person. Chick McGee's at the sports desk, and you said you had more of interest over there?
Right now?
Yeah.
You're done with all the intros?
Yeah.
That wasn't 20 minutes at all.
You're welcome.
All-star guard Chris Paul, the man with two first names, has been traded from Oklahoma City Thunder to the Phoenix Suns. He'll play alongside one of the league's most dynamic young scorers and fellow All-Star Devin Booker. Boy, that's a good NBA name. Devin Booker. Also, the Thunder got...
Booker nearly killed her.
Ricky Rubio.
Booker and Beaver?
Booker and...
Bieber? No.
Rucker.
Oh, that's right.
Let's be delicate.
Perhaps we should stop now.
Stupid world.
What are you talking about? Chris Paul?
Yeah, he got...
Man, his mom makes the best fish I've ever had.
Oh, Mrs. Paul.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just glad it's not Chris Jones.
Or you just glad it's not
Chris Jones.
the guy that
His mom
Mr.
is
Paul
Mrs.
was saying.
Mrs. Jones.
Me and Mrs. Jones, of course.
May I continue?
You ever heard the song "Me and Mrs. Jones"?
I don't think so. I know basketball.
Just say yes and move on.
I know Mr. Jones.
Oh, Counting Crows, Mr. Jones?
Oh, that's a good song.
We would be so lucky to hear that one.
Oh, I love
Good
it.
one. No, see, because Billy Paul sang the song "Me and Mrs. Jones," as opposed to the Mr. Jones and Me, which is a terrific song.
Let's do something here. You contend something about this song that none of us agree with. Now,
that's correct.
Jessica's not heard it. Let's have her listen to it and then just say, hey, is there anything that you would like to say about that singer?
Anything about the delivery that you might find unusual.
Okay.
This is just part of it. It's a great song. It's a song about a love affair between a man and a married lady.
She's going to forget what you asked her to do.
The aforementioned Mrs. Jones.
He's just belting.
Okay.
He says, "Me and Mrs. Jones." Listen very
he's
carefully.
really feeling it.
What is it more than that?
This is the way he sings it. How would you spell it?
Missest.
Oh, and she even contends that there's a second T sound in
Like a
Mrs.
I hear
myth.
it.
It's kind of a myth.
Is it a lisp?
Kind of a.
You're leading the witness.
Yes.
No, she just said she spelled it with a TH.
When I listen real hard, oh, with an H? I just said with a T.
I have never heard someone lie so completely in my life. And I've been married 3 times.
I almost just said a word we can't say on
What the
here.
hell's wrong with you?
I contend that there's a little bit of a lisp in there.
I don't think there.
It's part of the charm of it when he says, I'm sure the producer went, "Oh, that's fantastic, Billy." I love the
Even Ace thinks you're an idiot.
The lisp here. Mrs.
He sings Mrs. Tom. He really does.
Sounds like a cartoon from.
Well, that's good. Now take this information and
move on. This is making me feel.
Yes.
Let me.
You think we're going to get it solved today? We've been over it 1,000 times. Oh my God.
Now, in that take, he does lisp.
Yeah, I noticed it now. I
The
apologize.
idea is for people to listen to our show. Okay? It's not running in hurrieds to turn it off.
Sorry. I love that song, by the way. Now,
I heard it in Korea almost every day.
Really?
Yes.
I think a lot of Joneses.
One of the television stations in Korea played it all the time when they were just advertising, particularly Bridget Jones' Diary, which they seem to show every 2 hours.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the song that you like is The Counting Crows?
Oh, I know that one. And I like Basketball Jones.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Space Jam. Great movie.
Okay, yeah, but I like that Counting Crows song.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Mr. Jones and Me.
Oh, I see. Anybody who says
This is so
Mr. and Mrs. Jones has a lisp.
You know, you're insane.
Yeah, you know, wait a minute.
You've got a lot
Miss
of
Jessica.
problems.
Miss Jessica, you know what this is?
I used to think that you never would be nobody's fool. Let me tell you, baby, you're a time turkey. Give me a skin.
Isn't that great? great.
So good.
Yeah, the horns in there. The Ohio players, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
nice.
I heard day drinking.
Day drinking. You would.
You would. Yeah, there you go.
I heard jive turkey.
You would.
I'm sorry. Back to Chick McGee Sports. I'm sorry.
Comedian Mark Gross, one of your favorites, Chick.
Yeah.
Right? He went to his in-laws. This is a true story. He went over to his in-laws, I think, for one of the first times, and it was on Thanksgiving.
I think he might have told me this story.
And they had, of course, the turkey there, and he turned around and he goes, does anybody want any jive turkey? And no laughs.
Nothing. They all stared at him.
Just total silence.
In that gross voice that he uses.
Hey,
anybody want any jive turkey?
Yikes! So never mock the hostess's turkey. That's a really bad thing. Miss Jessica, how about this one?
So cheerleaders, help her out.
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Is that the one in the limo in Being There?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yes. Yeah, I think that is in.
He's watching it in the car in the limo. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. I've got to go rewatch that movie. Now, we were at the sports table over there.
Yeah, table.
Yeah,
it's the sports desk.
Where we serve the
desk.
jive turkey.
A man from Finland. They all
Finland.
stuck like that in Finland.
What's his name?
He set the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to push a car 1 mile. Yes, you see.
We all see.
Did he push it over the finish line?
You see Kalani Aimi of Nokia. Oh, I bet they got good cell coverage there.
No,
boy, yeah.
He pushed his 2006 Saab SUV. Sweet ride. Through a mile-long course. A course in 13 minutes and 26 seconds, beating the previous record by a full 2 minutes.
That's amazing.
The 47-year-old IT specialist, why am I reading this story?
Was it in neutral?
Said the feat was not a
Wait
matter
a second.
of...
That is a more stupid question than any of I've
No, that
asked
would be
today.
the...
I've asked some pretty stupid questions.
That's the Polish record.
Was it in neutral?
Think about
It's in
that.
park.
Do you think you could you even run a mile in 13 minutes?
Yes.
You think you could?
Yes, I could. Yeah.
I don't know.
I
do
would
not know.
want to pass out, but I could do it.
Okay, because pushing a car in a mile, that's amazing. The guy's 47.
He said the feat was not a matter of brute force because he continued to explain he had researched how to optimize the car's rolling resistance. He said people often tell me that I don't look like a strong man, and I am not one. I cry at movies and I hold kittens.
Oh, wow. He really...
Now, is there a stupid question? It's on a course, so presumably there's somebody in there steering.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Does he have to curve and just drift it?
Watch this. No, he has to steer it. What a stupid question.
You ever pushed a car by yourself?
You know how Ace
and you have to run up to the wheel.
You know, a nice follow-up to Ace Cosby's Unreasonable Confidence book could be Tom Griswold and Really Stupid Questions by Tom Griswold. Okay. You've got like 1,000 of them.
Don't you think that's incredible, pushing a car a mile
A
in
normal
13
middle-aged
minutes?
man can take on a world record challenge if they take everything into account and try to get the car rolling as lightly as possible, he says.
Yeah.
I don't think he was he uphill? Was he downhill? Anything about
flat.
that?
Sounds flat to me. Course.
Flat course?
Back to Josh's question, was the car in gear?
Did you not get the joke that he was asking?
He's laughing like he said it for the first time.
Did you not get that he was making a joke?
Yeah, of course.
He's done everything this bit. He's lied.
I mean, you're insisting.
He's living in a make-believe radio.
He hacked a joke I did 40 seconds ago.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it would obviously be a lot easier if the car were
And
in
laughed
gear.
harder.
Yeah.
He laughed harder than when he said it.
No, I know. Yeah, he
No, I
prefers
think,
the
I think
harder.
Josh's joke implied the car was in park.
Did you really not understand?
Okay, so yeah, if it's in first and it's running, you're kind of just running behind it. I see. He upped it a little bit.
I just see we're going from park to neutral to drive. No,
This whole show's going in reverse right now.
I mean, I think we all remember the Rajon Rondo morning, but we're getting close to that.
So this was in Finland.
I would
so
kill for this this to be a Rondo morning. Are you kidding me?
No, back to your first joke, Josh. This was in Finland.
That's right.
Where the guy pushed a car a mile. Wow.
Across the finish line.
Oh, that is such a solid joke.
Yeah. Did you hear about across the bay? Another guy started a race. They said, Denmark, get set, go.
Very good.
Well,
very
why
good.
wouldn't they?
And okay, here's the story. His first name is pronounced according to this pronouncer, UC.
UC. Mm-hmm.
You see it? The car go 13 miles per hour.
That'd be if he got together with that guy at the baseball game, Jose and UC.
And their
Jose,
buddy, can you?
UC, by the dawn.
If you're like me, you're probably looking for your Raycon earbuds to put those in and listen to some good music this morning. Instead
Got some
of
more
us.
love letters.
And who can blame?
You'd probably rather listen to a wrench and a blender than this show.
Mr. Armstrong writes, "You guys rock. Hey, chick, I got my Raycon E25s.
Attaboy.
They were great. Where have they been my whole life? Comfortable and great sound. Thank you."
Yes, you'll use them every day. Seamless Bluetooth pairing, comfortable noise isolating fits. Start listening right away, right out of the box. Keep listening for hours and hours and hours. Audio quality, amazing. Comparable to what you get from other premium brands, except Raycon start about half the price. So this holiday season, get something they can use for calls or music, for work or play, to sit back and relax at home or on the go, or pick up a pair, or buy them a pair and then pick up a pair for yourself. That's the way we shop. You're going to use them every day, the Raycon earbuds. And, of course, right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom to unlock exclusive deals up to 20% off your Raycon order. Hurry, this offer available for limited time only, and you do not want to miss it. That's buyraycon.com/Tom to unlock up to 20% off your Raycons. Buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much. The Raycons, they are the best and very comfortable. Another love letter here. We keep getting love letters about the Raycons.
Oh, yeah.
How nice. So when we come back, a little more Billy Paul.
And a pox on society. You might call it candy corn, but we'll have a story about
you're
that.
You're familiar with Billy Paul's commercials, right?
Billy Paul?
Yeah, the guy that sang Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Come
does
on, Jessica. You don't know the commercials for the guy whose song you didn't know?
he does the commercials
What year?
for the mouthwash Listerine.
Honestly, did you hit your head at some point?
Look at how much fun he's having. It's hard to get mad, isn't it?
Coming up, we have in the news.
He's doing a killer show where he is.
In the news, Marilyn Monroe's pubes.
Monroe. No one says Monroe.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom have podcasts. They have more than one. That's right. It's a gathering of Bob and Tom podcasts. You know what you call those? Funny. The Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast, Bits and Pieces podcast, to dive into the archive with Willie G and the Jesses and Jason, and That Josh Arnold podcast. Just one host, That Josh Arnold. Go to bobandtom.com/podcasts. They're free. Download them today. You can listen to them. They're fresh. They're new each week, and they're available for you. You're welcome. It's the Bob and Tom podcast at bobandtom.com/podcasts. I'm Mark Allison with your Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk headlines. Houston police looking for 5 people involved in a shooting of Benny the Butcher, the hip-hop group Griselda, during a robbery attempt outside a Walmart in Texas Saturday afternoon. Police spokesman says Benny stepping out of his Rolls-Royce with 2 others when 5 individuals demanded their chains and shot Benny when they were not moving fast enough. He is expected to survive. It's the 3rd shooting of rapper in Texas this week. Boozy Badass shot in the leg hours before Benny. That's just a day after Boozy attended a vigil for Dallas rapper Mo 3, who was shot to death on a highway last Wednesday. Well, in brighter news, a restaurant in Plymouth, Massachusetts will be happy to have Donnie Wahlberg return anytime. He spent $35.27 on lunch on November 7th, left a tip of $2,020. Get it? 2020. The restaurant posted a photo of the receipt on Facebook with their thanks and added, when asked about it, all he said was, "Who's up next?" Wahlberg left a 2020 tip at an Illinois IHOP earlier this year and a $2,000 tip at a Waffle House in North Carolina back in 2017. John Fogerty's been playing at home with his children during the pandemic and putting up music videos of them playing together. Now they're putting out a full album on Friday. Fogerty has teamed up with his daughter Kelsey, his sons Shane and Tyler, for an album called Fogerty's Factory. The album full of their versions of Fogerty's best-known songs, including Center Field, Down on the Corner, and Proud Mary. I'm Mark Allison. That's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
For Batman, it was Batgirl. For Superman, it was Supergirl. And now, meet Spider-Man's female counterpart. From Bob and Tom Productions, it's the superhero women have known about for years.
All right, Toots, this is a stick-up. Hand over all your money.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, come on, lady. Hurry it up. Somebody's going to get hoiked.
Help! Oh, please help! Won't somebody help me?
Let that young woman go, you two ruffians.
Yeah? Who's gonna make us?
I am.
Come on, lady. You must be in your mid-50s.
Yeah, what do you have going? Some kind of superpowers?
Yes, I do. Take a look at these.
Oh, gross. Let's get out of here.
It's Spider-Vein Woman.
Oh, God, no!
Spider-Man got his superpowers from being bitten by a spider. Spider-Vein Woman got her powers from working as a waitress for 17 years. Don't make Spider-Vein Woman show you her legs, because if she has to, she will.
Look at this one.
I think I'm gonna puke!
Mm-hmm. Oh, here, hold my purse. I'll show you my hysterectomy scar.
When you need help, call on the only superhero who wears long polyester pants, comfortable support hose, and sensible shoes. She's Spider-Vein Woman. Coming soon to a theater near you.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Indeed, 721 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
And she's sitting in for Christy Lee. It's Jessica Alsman with the weather.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunny today. It's going to be cool with a high of 44. Tonight, a low of 25 with the freeze warning. And tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 50. Currently, it is 34.
Thank you very much. Now, tonight at 11:30 on My Indie TV 23, it's a show we call Bob and Tom Tonight. It should be a delight. Be a lot of editing, clearly. We also want to remind you that you're shot at $1,000 in cash coming up perhaps soon. I'll put it that way. So pay close attention throughout the day on Q95 for your shot at some serious money. Also, don't forget the fairgrounds and the Christmas Nights of Lights. Very cool. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Some quick introductions. Ace, Chick, Josh. I'm Tom, that's Willie, and that's Patty G. The lady of the house is Christy Lee. She is not here. Sitting in for Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk, it's Jessica Alsman. Hello, Jessica.
Hello.
We've been discussing various things, and we're done with Mrs. Jones.
Okay.
I do have several letters. Willie doesn't believe me, but I'll show him off the air.
Pat came up to me during the break and he goes, I used to like that song. I did too.
There are so many songs that I used to like. I used to like Herman's Hermits. I used to like Texaco Joe or whatever his name is.
Oh, it's funny to be in here for the first time. I'm just saying, behind the scenes, I listened to the show, but being in here, as soon as you guys went to commercial break, everyone just started yelling at Tom, saying that he is just a bold-faced liar.
Do you know
just
why?
Screaming at him.
Here's what happened. We go off the air and he goes, I received an email from an audiologist. and he told me that he is lisping. What a liar.
Okay, here's this one. I hate to agree with Tom, writes Sean, but he does lisp on the first Mrs. Jones. My ears are trained to listen for mistakes. As a broadcaster, I can't unhear mistakes anymore. It drives my wife crazy when we drive in the car.
Okay, so I just read this letter over his shoulder. It says, even though I'm not in broadcasting anymore, this man was fired, and it must have been for not knowing what a list sounds like.
Well, that would encompass a lot.
You're radicalizing us. We're all chill guys. We're a bunch of chill bros trying to hang out, have a fun time. I'm sweating now. My anxiety's through the roof.
Can you read this one?
Thank the Lord, I have therapy at noon.
This is from Will.
You know what? Print out these letters. I'm going to read them to Sonny later on. I think he needs to know about this.
Okay, Sonny, your therapist?
Yeah.
See this one?
Oh, I would
there,
never
right
go
there.
to a therapist named Sonny.
I have to say,
Nice man. He reminds me of Robin Williams.
see, look, another one right there. See, there's another one. There's one right there about me and Mrs. Jones. How about that?
They just want you to read their name on the air.
Okay.
Yeah, also, it's my birthday today. Please give me a shout out, is how it ends.
It's not your birthday today, but you know whose birthday it is today?
Whose?
I just remembered that.
My son, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Holy cow! Happy birthday,
Double
Jimmy.
digits today. He's 10.
He's 10?
Yeah.
That's huge when you're a kid.
Pat Godwin's son, Jimmy, turning 10 today. I've got
It's a shame Red Lobster's closed.
Yes, isn't it?
You told him Red Lobster was closed?
Well, happy birthday. Here's a lie.
I'll tell you what, I'll treat you guys to Red Lobster tonight. How about that?
Oh, you didn't have to do that?
No, I insist. And then, of course, I got him a fire extinguisher. I figure he'll need one sometime soon. And he set your apartment on fire. Where were we? I had something I was supposed to do here, but I forgot what it was.
You're doing so much.
Chick, what have you got over there? Oh, I know, world records.
That's exactly right. Oh, wrong mouse. Sorry. There we go.
Stupid world record.
David Rush has abandoned his family once again to set another world record.
No, his family's in this record.
He recently set the Guinness World Record for most candy-coated corn caught in the mouth by an individual in 1 minute self-thrown.
They have to call it candy-coated corn?
Yeah, it's one of those things they probably have to genericize it.
Right.
Candy corn, right?
The record to beat was 41. I'm not... Rush catching a total of 50 pieces of caramel popcorn in his mouth to earn the title.
So it's not candy corn, it's caramel popcorn.
Caramel popcorn yesterday. Most candy-coated corn. Popcorn is corn, right?
No, it's candy corn, though. They're the little triangular things.
Well, this story, intricately put together, I'm sure, says he caught a total of 50 pieces of caramel popcorn.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, oh boy.
Yeah. It was candy corn.
But if you read the words, corn is popcorn, you're thinking something, and maybe that's not right.
Okay, sorry.
Again.
Mr. Rush wrote, there are a couple of tricky things about this record beyond simply-
Louder.
You know what, Chick?
Oh, yeah, I know. Walk a mile in my shoes. It's unbelievable. And then he goes, I wonder what's Chick's problem today. I don't know. Maybe it's you dick. You know what helps me, though? Little skin tight.
Ooh, baby.
That's sports. Leave me alone.
In the morning.
I thought the whole time, it was those candy corn.
Think lots of stuff.
It's misleading. They do say candy corn in this other article.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold it.
So which is
Time out. You thought you wrote the story, you lunatic.
No, but it says candy.
I think it's Garrett's style popcorn. There's a local place that does
Okay,
it great.
yeah, I can see in the picture. It's okay, but still, there's certainly a choking hazard here.
I wish.
And he's got a.
Yeah, why don't you try this with bolts next time?
Go with those flaming hatchets.
Mr. Rush, you can find him at David Rush, numeral 4 STEM.
No thanks.
.com. He's a scientist and an engineer. He's trying to help people here. I thought it was candy corn, so my thought was he got the idea because he didn't have any trick-or-treaters, and you've got all that crappy candy corn left over.
Let me ask you a story. You thought it was candy corn.
Right.
So when you typed the words caramel popcorn...
I didn't type that part. That was a cut and paste.
Well.
The headline says candy-coated corn, very clearly where I'm looking at it right
They
now.
clickbaited us.
I see. Either way, it's certainly a choking hazard. That'd be terrible. Can you imagine dying doing that? Stunt artist.
Well, I think the most dangerous part of this is probably all the kernels stuck in your teeth afterwards.
Yeah.
Those things stick around forever.
Terrible.
Yeah, do you just catch them in your mouth and just...
He has to spit them out then.
Oh.
So he catches a bunch of them, then he leans over and spits them out, then goes for more.
Oh, great.
So
Good. I
he's
didn't know he was
wasting
wasting food.
Yeah. How about
Well, I'm
that?
sure that he made a donation to
I'm
it.
going to beat
I
his
doubt
record.
it.
You're going to beat his record?
I'm going to just beat it.
How many is it again? I got so
Is it 50?
angry. I didn't hear how many it was.
50.
In a minute or something?
In 60 seconds.
Can you use two hands?
And he's got to throw them a certain height for
So
the
he has to throw them. It's not a third person?
No, he has to throw them. This is the
What the
record.
hell? Are you in love with David Rush?
No, I just
Where
think
did
it's
you get
fun.
married?
Newsletter?
Sorry, okay.
You can divorce him and he'll get out of our lives. How about that?
every day.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport.
Well, look who's there. It's the lovely Jessica Alsman. Jessica, what's happening in the world of news?
Waffle House is releasing its first official beer, and it smells just like bacon. The breakfast food chain's beer is called Bacon and Kegs. It will be 6.5% ABV, bacon-infused red ale.
Hilarious.
6.5? That'll work.
It's a collaboration with Georgia-based Oconee Brewing Company. Am I saying that right? Oconee? The brew will become available at Oconee's Greensboro Brewery on Friday, December 18th.
Wow.
And what does that mean? What is the average beer, Willie?
Like 5 something? 4.5 or something?
What is the average BAC of a Waffle House diner? That's what it's always
0.60.
a drunk house in there.
It's so fun.
I love it too.
You're in there, you're a little drunk, you're getting smothered and covered.
Are they sure they want to do this?
Can you still smoke in a Waffle House?
You can if you make enough noise about it, you know? If you yell about anything, they won't kick you out.
It probably depends what state you're in.
Yeah.
Hey, Myrtle, I'm smoking. What are you going to do about it?
Well, that's interesting.
Myrtle.
So, but does it taste like bacon?
It smells like it, so I don't know. Bacon-infused red ale.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Does Denny's have...
Some do serve alcohol, or at least they used to.
They have like the Grand Slam Stout.
Because we used to get beer at a Denny's in the St. Louis area.
That's the best beer and breakfast food.
What?
You don't do that?
No.
It does not go well together, but we used to do it.
No, and is this called Kegs and Eggs?
Bacon and kegs.
Yeah, and there used to be Kegs and Eggs parties in college.
Right.
Yeah, I
Before
think
a
it's
football
fun.
game or something.
Sure, yeah, it's the best.
Okay, well, I'm sure the six-pack comes with a complimentary restraining order.
Love a Waffle House. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I just ate one last year.
Yeah.
In Arkansas on my way to Dallas for that meeting we went to.
And how about the interesting role they play in meteorological events? They have something called the Waffle House Index.
Yes, if they close, you know it's serious.
Yes. They actually look at the closing of Waffle Houses to see how serious these storms can be.
That's true, yeah. It's called the Waffle. Right now in Guatemala, as they say on NPR, Guatemala. The Waffle House in Guatemala is closed.
You know, perhaps I should apologize to you. I don't know what you hear in your head, but you hear Mrs. Jones and Guatemala.
I have no doubt that on NPR they say Guatemala.
Okay. Paris, Guatemala. Okay, so we were talking about something weird last week. We were talking about the song Henry VIII. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Mm-hmm. And one of you mentioned that the kids had heard it in a movie. And at random, over the weekend, I popped the TV on in the middle of the night, and the movie Ghost was on.
It was huge in Ghost.
I'd forgotten about that.
It actually kind of made a resurgence because of that movie. I remember hearing it on a pop station.
Have you ever seen the movie Ghost?
That's the
Patrick Swayze comes back.
Yeah. Ceramics coming from behind kind of thing.
Yeah.
I saw that in the back of your car on one of those tiny little VHS TVs. It was one of those things where we ran out of movies to watch. All the kids' movies were done. My older brother was like, "What's Ghost? Kind of like Ghostbusters?" This is boring.
What'd you do to your hair? It's autumn sunrise.
Oh, Alsman's a fan. Is that Whoopi?
Yeah, Whoopi
no.
Goldberg doesn't want to talk to the ghost, but he says, I'm not going to stop talking until you do what I ask you to do. So he starts, among other things, singing, I'm Henry VIII, I am. But I forgot about that. Yeah. And we were talking about that song because it's making light of the executions of several people.
Well, it's not about
that. And be honest, that's how you came up with the names for two of your sons.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Willie or a Sam.
Willie or Sam.
I'm her eighth old man, I'm Henry. But it's really about a guy who's so stupid he's marrying a woman and all of her previous husbands have been apparently disappeared.
And they were all named Henry.
Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be, nobody would have the same name of a man or a woman.
Sorry.
Hi,
Pat.
Pat.
Oh, that's awkward.
Very awkward.
Many Kims.
I'm
Lots of
Kimberly. Kimberly. I'm Kimberly the fourth. I am.
There are many Kims.
About 7 of them.
Many Kims.
More Kims than a Korean phone book.
Okay. That's very funny. You see, Ace, all of his girlfriends have been named Kim. Was there ever one that wasn't?
There was one Ann in the bunch.
Including a wife, right? Or two
both wives were Kim.
Both wives, yeah. Both wives Kim.
High school girlfriend. First time I did the
sex?
Made the love thing, yeah.
Made the love thing.
I thought when he said that,
First time I gave her.
first time you made bail?
Yeah. I thought you did your Charlie Callis impression.
I'm a fan of referring to it as.
I thought you were
Where's Charlie Callis when we need him?
Now, wait a second. Now, do you know who Charlie Callis was?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's way before your time. Charlie Callis.
You're going to have to start Googling stuff. That's all there is
He was
to it.
real,
I can't keep up.
real class act. He always wore a nice tux.
Charlie Callis, say what you want, but he was a class act.
But that was part of the because he'd come out there all dressed up.
No, he was just a sycophant,
And then
just
he'd
kissing ass right and left, trying to get on stage.
Hey, Milton.
He'd make a bunch of
Milty.
silly. He was like the fringe of the Rat Pack. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, yes.
Like third string Rat Pack, maybe.
Yeah, but
I don't recognize him from anything. He's probably
Sammy's
just been
busy.
at every guy.
I'll play a little bit of this famous piece from our show, as I believe this was the memorial to Mr. Callis.
America is mourning the loss of one of her greatest comedic talents. And Bob and Tom Show Records wants to honor his memory with this incredible collection of his most hilarious moments. It's the best of Callis. You'll get Charlie Callis's funniest noises and craziest sounds. Who could forget this? Or this? What about this kooky noise? And would any Charlie Callis compilation be complete without this hilarious bit? Or this one? We'll also toss in this rare audio of Charlie sitting in with Texas rockers ZZ Top. And Pink Floyd fans can finally hear this rare, never-released early demo recording of Charlie Callis in the studio during the making of Dark Side of the Moon. The best of Callis from Bob and Tom Records. Order yours now by calling this number that Charlie's dialing. 8. It must be toll free. 111. It doesn't seem right. Was that a 5 or a 6? I don't know what the hell he's doing now. You know what? Just order it online.
All real sounds from Mr. Callis.
I love Charlie Callis.
All dressed up, and then he'd make go make the weird noises. Oh, it was great.
Just while talking, he would just throw them in.
Nice.
Kind of talking about, I loved it.
Yeah.
Look up Charlie Callis on YouTube.
Sadly, he's gone.
Yes. Yeah.
He's no longer with us.
Charlie, we hardly knew ye.
Yeah, indeed.
And of course, then there's this.
I'm entering the eighth, I am. Entering the eighth, I am.
You can hear more of it if you, as sung by the late great Patrick Swayze in the movie.
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
In the movie Ghost. Yeah.
I wonder if he and Charlie Callis ever get tea up in heaven or something.
That's a good question.
Hey, Roadhouse.
Okay, now.
I love Dirty Dancing when you
Point Break.
Who's the Chippendale now?
He had nothing.
Charlie, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go sit with John Ritter.
He's nice to me.
He had a career. He had a decades career.
I think, is he the guy that was a really good drummer?
Yes, I think he was a pretty good
really
drummer.
good jazz musician. Yeah.
He showed up in some of those roasts, too, I believe. Yeah.
Because he hang around with a bunch of jazz cats, and all of a sudden he goes, hey, Miles, don't face the audience, you jackass.
My Miami girlfriend, Kim, her father hired Charlie for an outdoor pool party.
No!
Once, yeah.
Were you there?
Did he wear a tux? Did he come in a tux?
Oh, yeah. Came in a tux the whole bit.
Oh,
outside in Miami?
And they paid him like $5,000, I think, to do a half hour. And they said he bombed.
They didn't care for it.
Well, I mean, your poolside.
It's a half hour of $5,000.
I'm sure a birthday party for a 15-year-old. Well, we got Charlie Callis. Justin Bieber wasn't available.
It was a
for
birthday
under
party for the
300,000.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, thank you very much. When we come back, we have Marilyn Monroe's pubes in the news, believe it or not. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Hey, Henry Phillips. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Thanks so much for joining us. Kostaki Economopoulos. His all-pro lines, where pro football and pro comedians collide, is now online, up, and available for you to not only read, but also contribute to. Pretty cool. All-pro lines. Kostaki Economopoulos zooming his way in on a Tuesday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. And we'll have more of the Bob and Tom Show right after this.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Vikings overcome a 104-yard kickoff return by Chicago's Cordell Patterson to beat the Bears 19-13 in Chicago. Former New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker has been cleared of robbery charges in Florida after his alleged victim's attorney was arrested on extortion charges. Prosecutors announced Monday they were dropping all charges against Baker. That came shortly after the county sheriff's office arrested attorney William Dean and charged him with extortion. And New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold to be sidelined for a second straight game. He's recovering from an injured right shoulder. The NCAA says it plans to hold the entire 2021 men's college basketball tournament in one location to mitigate the risks of the coronavirus. It is in talks with Indianapolis to be that one city. The Final Four is already set to be held in Indianapolis next year. The association said it's relocating early round games that had been scheduled for 13 cities across the country. And in college football, number 5 Texas A&M will not play for a second straight week. Saturday's home game against Mississippi postponed because of lingering issues with the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Yeah, these aren't jokes, ladies and gentlemen. These are cultural observations, the op-ed page of the contemporary world, Ace.
It's a public service.
Of course.
What do you do if you're attacked by a Pack of clowns.
What do you do if you're attacked by a pack of clowns?
You go for the juggler.
Indeed.
I liked I hate fake laughter.
Yeah, me too.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Brigham Broadcasting presents another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
The oldest gold medalist was in 1912 when Oscar Swan took home first prize in a shooting event as a 64-year-old. And while a 64-year-old Olympian is rather amazing, there was almost an 87-year-old winner. At the first Olympic luge competition in Innsbruck, Austria, 1964, the fastest luge run was logged by an 87-year-old Austrian, Johann Lickensfinkter. Johann amazed the crowd and the judges, who nearly awarded him the gold medal, until it was learned that Lickensfinkter was not entered in the event or even on the team. It seems that Johann was a spectator who had slipped and accidentally slid down the track.
What a man, what a private pilot, what a 7:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming up this evening. It's 11:30 this evening, as a matter of fact, on my Indie TV 23. It's the show we call Bob and Tom Tonight.
See what we look like.
Yeah, there you go. Also, I want to remind you of a couple of other things. We have the Christmas Nights of Lights at the beautiful Indiana State Fairgrounds running right now through Christmas, so check it out.
See what they look like.
Hop in the car. Very good.
And you're telling me you go through one time per paying for the car. You don't sneak back in a second
I
time?
didn't sneak back in. I went and paid again. I enjoyed it so much. Why am I doing
Have you ever gone to a movie in a theater and walked out of that movie and gone to a different movie?
I've walked out of one after 5 minutes and gone to a different one in the same theater.
Well, that's stealing.
Great. Too bad. I'll suffer later. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. That's just not just any man. That's Josh
Thank you.
Arnold.
Oh.
He's in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. I'll bet his armpits are hairy.
Please. A bit, yeah.
Thank you very much. I don't know where she has hair, but she's got black hair on her head.
And a little black. What are you saying?
It's Jessica Alsman sitting in for Christy Lee. There's
Hello.
Chick, there's Ace. Patty G's in the next room. Willie G's next to me. This is Tom speaking. Thanks for joining us. Pat, how you feeling? Okay? I know you doubled up in your meds by mistake this morning.
Yeah.
You all right? Can you calming down?
Better.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
Pat, you never want to double up meds. Only double up condoms. That's what I always say.
Oh, let me write that down.
Be safe, yes.
Okay, now, where was I? Oh, I know. We finished our sports broadcast. It was very exciting. And now we're moving on to the news with Jessica Alsman. What's going on over there?
A New Jersey man has been hailed as a hero after he abandoned his prosthetic leg to rescue a man from Newark Bay. Anthony Capuano heard screams near the shore and noticed a group of bystanders watching a car sink into the bay. The 29-year-old recalled, someone said out loud, "Does anybody know how to swim?" And I was just like, oh, I guess that's me. And then I jumped in.
And he swam in a circle because he was missing that one.
And he swam right over the dam.
That's your takeaway? This guy is a hero.
Well,
Capuano, a lifeguard and a swim coach, rushed out to the vehicle and pulled the driver out just before the car became completely submerged.
How can you be a lifeguard and a swim coach with one leg?
Well, there might be a few difficulties, but this guy is a hero and he managed to do it, you jackass.
He's
Maybe if he'd known it was you in the car, he would have said, let him drown.
Why doesn't he just lean back and let life just cascade?
He does a lot of
over?
leaning, I'll tell you that.
Really? That's where we're going with this? Do you suppose before he jumped in, he said to somebody, take my phone, take my wallet, take my leg.
Here, hold my leg.
Yeah.
Hudson County Sheriff's Office said the driver, 68-year-old Joseph Cadian, had been trying to pull over when he lost control of the vehicle and drove into the bay.
I thought so. Armenian.
Hey, Bob's not here. Come on.
Sounds like an Armenian.
Officials say Cadian was released at the scene following a medical evaluation.
Now, we have the audio from this, which is pretty interesting.
Legit audio?
Yes. This is the legit audio. I think this may be the woman who was is holding the camera, but let's listen to this.
Trying to get out of there. He gotta get out. He gotta get out the car. But the guy has to get help too. He might pull them down. I pull him down.
Oh boy.
That guy, the rescuer. He's out. What happened? Why would somebody do this? Why would somebody do this?
Okay, whoever this lady is, they've got to get her because she belongs on what's the TV show? Mrs.
Rescue 911?
No. The one about the comedian in the 50s. What's that called?
Oh, Mrs. Maisel.
Mrs. Maisel. Listen to this.
Oh, why did he do this?
They're all out of central casting. The guy in the background.
We do need that, so everything you say.
Why
did he do this? I'm Henry the Eighth Iron. Why is he doing this?
It sounds. Oh, wait a minute. It sounds like what's the guy's name?
Kevin Meaney?
No. Why did he? It'll come to me.
We're not rescuing people.
Here we go.
How could he do this?
At least they say.
Yes, but what is wrong with him? How did he get past the car? Why did he do this? What is wrong with him? Is he drunk or something? Look at these great heroes. Look at these heroes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, come on. Why would you do something like
It's hilarious.
Sir?
I was thinking of Ed Wynn.
Okay.
Yes.
Why would you do this?
Jessica, you know who Ed Wynn is, right?
Yeah, not at all.
You ever see Mary Poppins?
Yeah?
He was the laughing uncle.
I would almost say it's Adam Sandler doing Gap Girl.
Yeah,
from
it is
SNL.
Sandler-esque.
I'm the whore when he's doing that with
Wow, that is so.
Baldwin.
I mean, first of all, this guy's a genuine hero. He's got a prosthetic leg. The water had to be freezing. And the woman can't understand why this guy drove off the road into this bay.
Yeah, she can't figure it out.
Shouldn't you wait till the guy's safe before you worry about how he got there? Right?
Yeah. If I were the guy, I'd look at her and go, it was an accident, you dumb bitch.
Well, he probably did, judging by, because they had to beep it a couple times.
What do you mean, why did I do this?
Just shut up and help.
No, what she said was...
Oh, why did he do this?
Oh, we're all set over here, baby.
That's going to be great.
I got this, I got this.
What is wrong with him?
Oh, yeah.
Jake, I apologize, but one of my goals in life is now to get this woman and you in a smart car driving from New York to L.A.
Cameras on.
And let the reality show begin.
So I think we're going to go up here and we're going to turn.
Oh, why did he do this?
How long could you last with her?
20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Why do you say that?
I think I went to college with that woman.
Oh.
Yeah, I can remember. Well, I actually remember walking down the hallway and hearing this. I don't know what, at the time there was this thing. I lived in a co-ed dorm one year.
All right, lay in the wood.
And I don't know, maybe you can, this is a thing.
Doing the...
This woman, her name was Audrey, had red hair.
Audrey.
And Audrey was from Greater New York, but she would roll her hair in giant coffee cans.
Oh, yeah.
Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. So there'd be this array of 8 coffee cans on her head. Terrifying.
It's like you grew up in Life magazine.
And the only telephones were in the hallway. So she'd be there in her bathrobe, and you'd walk by and you'd hear Audrey blabbing on the phone to God knows who. But I can remember walking by and hearing her go, Streisand and Redford together? Oh, my God. Which was the poster at the time all over the subway.
What is wrong with him?
That's Audrey.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. That's something.
Wow. Yeah, that is something.
That's the real audio from. But again, I think we're missing the larger point. This guy's a hero.
Well, they don't know.
Anthony Capuano, who rescued this guy in the car.
Yeah, but Audrey goes on.
Who is he? He's an elderly man. Maybe he's got nobody.
Oh my God!
So
well,
depressing.
Now, Maybe he's all alone in a fifth floor walk up. Thinks about jumping every day.
Maybe his grandkids never call him.
What was the one you just played?
This one?
Who is he? He's an elderly man. Maybe he's got nobody.
Oh, boy.
And she says something.
Cook
Then
him
she
a
says,
nice meal.
Oh, why did he do this?
Should I give him a pity?
At least a quick handy, I think. A handy would be nice. Like an over the waistband handy.
I'll take one for the team. He saved a man.
People say I look like Barbara Streisand.
What is wrong with him?
Come on, baby. Take that second leg
doesn't
off.
she say I'm lonely at the end there?
No.
Who is he? He's an elderly man. Maybe he's got nobody.
No, it was.
No.
It stopped.
Okay, I thought, was there
That's
one
all I
after
got.
that? Okay.
Where she says she's lonely?
I thought she said she was lonely there at the
I'm
end.
very lonely.
I'm very lonely. What's your number? What's wrong?
Keep moving, lady.
She's right on the mic, too.
I
isn't
don't
she?
mind your freaky stump.
This is recorded really well, too. It's like she's in a studio.
I know.
It is.
Was she taking a video of everything happening, but the whole time also just taking a selfie video?
It's not clear.
realizing it?
This lady knows how to use a phone camera?
Oh, she has to be stopped. That's all there is to it.
It's just not clear.
She can't be
This
loose.
says the video was taken by Helena Billadieu.
Oh, it's got to be Helena.
So I don't know who that is, but
I'm Helena.
It's me. It's Helena.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Bigadoo.
Where did this happen?
in
Newark,
New Jersey.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah,
wow.
Just down from Silver Cup.
You don't want to be in the water. It's so wet in there.
Why would you do? Oh.
Who is he? He's an elderly man. Maybe he's got nobody.
Oh, boy.
Look at these great heroes. Yay! Heroes! Heroes!
She's looking at a deli across the street.
Wait a minute,
They got pastrami.
I got more.
He might pull them down.
God, that is great.
Yeah, she's a one. I love this lady.
Oh, man.
I'm a little concerned that she didn't call someone to help before she started recording. Does that make sense?
It sounds to me like the recording started as the helping
Yeah,
was.
it could be somebody
And
else
plus,
recording.
you want this lady? She can't jump in and get this guy.
Oh,
She's no Shelley Winters.
A Poseidon Adventure reference.
Yikes. Stink.
I loved it.
Well, thank you very much. That's an interesting
Yeah,
story.
glad the guy saved it.
Coming up, we have Marilyn Monroe's pubic hair in the news.
Or as DiMaggio called it, floss.
No one does it that way.
Well, judge away there, Alden.
And we have good news for couch potatoes. Speaking of heroes, a certain government has declared couch potatoes heroes during the coronavirus. We'll find out why. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
A lot of people have the Bob and Tom app. That's how you're hearing my voice right now. But some people unaware of the Bob and Tom Show app. It's free right now, available in your iTunes or Google Play Store. Make sure let them know about it. Why not? They can listen to Bob and Tom free podcasts. They can set an alarm that'll wake them up with the show. Listen to Bob and Tom 24/7. Even tune in to your local radio station. It's a wonderful app, and it's free. The Bob and Tom app. Check it out today. I'm Mark Allison from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. SpaceX's newly launched capsule with 4 astronauts has arrived at the International Space Station. The Dragon capsule pulled up and docked late Monday night following a 27-hour completely automated flight from Florida. This is the second astronaut mission for SpaceX, but it's the first time Elon Musk's company delivered a crew for a full 6-month stay. The 3 Americans and 1 Japanese astronaut will remain at the orbiting lab till the replacements arrive next spring on another Dragon. They gave a tour of their capsule Monday, and first-time space flyer Victor Glover was presented his gold astronaut pin. Hurricane Iota has roared ashore as a dangerous Category 4 storm along almost exactly the same stretch of Nicaragua's Caribbean coast, devastated by an equally powerful Hurricane Eta 13 days ago. Iota had intensified into an extremely dangerous Category 5 storm during the day Monday, but the U.S. National Hurricane Center says it weakened slightly as it neared the coast late Monday. Heavy flooding is expected. A hearing on the Trump's campaign federal lawsuit seeking to prevent Pennsylvania officials from certifying the vote results remain on track. It's scheduled for Tuesday in Williamsport after the judge denied the campaign's new lawyer's request for a delay. The Trump campaign wants to prevent certification of state voting results that give President-elect Joe Biden Pennsylvania's 20 electoral votes. The lawsuit centers on election procedures that were not uniform across the state of Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Kathy Bachvar in Pennsylvania has asked to have the lawsuit thrown out. That's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hi, fellas.
Hi, Floyd.
Floyd, how are you?
Josh, I believe you offered to talk about your thoughts on universal health care.
No, that's not quite what I said.
I don't know if it's time for a conundrum, but here's a thought for you.
All right.
When it comes to pre-existing conditions, would you be willing to cover bad attitudes? Listen to your answer.
Okay.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I went to my niece's elementary school track meet, and there were fat kids everywhere. I was like, this is a track meet, isn't it? Like, I don't know if they're just... And then I saw one fat kid giving a piggyback ride to a skinny kid. I was like, oh, maybe there's a new event where the skinny kids are going to ride the fat kids around the track, and we get to bet on it. That would be, and they're off. Out of the gate, it's Chocolate Milk Mustache, followed by Jiggle All the Way. Against the rail, it's Sweats While Reading.
2 at Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
And we have a weather forecast from Miss Jessica Alsman.
Q95 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunny today. It's going to stay cool with a high of 44. Tonight it'll be a low of 25. We've got a freeze warning. And tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 50. Currently, it is 34.
Josh, you can look out your beautiful new windows from Window Nation now that you can close them because it's getting cold. But if it were way warm and you wanted to clean them, what's the cool thing about Window Nation windows?
They tilt inward so I can clean the outside from the inside of my house.
Without getting on a ladder. Window Nation, and Window Nation wants you to think about this. Maybe now is the time to grab yourself a bunch of windows because you get, let's see, if you buy 2, you get 4. So if you buy 4, you get 8. See how this works. And you could get a house of windows. What's that going to cost you more or less?
$75 a month, or essentially $2 a day.
Wow, that is a great offer from Window Nation. You'll find them at windownation.com. Once again, the average house, you can pretty much get a house of windows for about $75 a month. Find out all the details at windownation.com.
And it's not too late, Tom. The cold weather's here, but that doesn't mean you can't get your windows. In fact, this is the best time to get your windows.
Yeah, so if you're holding your hand up to your window and, gee, what's this cold air all around the sides of my window coming through the wood? This can't be good. Windownation.com. Tell them that Josh and Tom from the Bob and Tom Show sent you. All right, everybody, we can do the shuffle right now. That feels good, doesn't it?
Hi, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Wait a second.
Keep it moving.
No. I think we have to hear. I think we have to hear this right now.
Oh, why did he do this?
Oh, well,
I'll never get tired of this.
Look at these great heroes.
Well,
Yay! What is wrong with him?
Oh, God. Let's see. Jessica Alsman sitting in for Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. Josh Arnold is right over there, and he is, of course, at the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick desk and chair. There's Chick, there's Ace, I'm Tom, Willie G, and Patty G. And wait a second. What is that? Is that just pure oxygen? No, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Omaha Steaks.
Brought to you by Omaha Steaks. We were just talking about grilling Omaha Steaks off the air because 'tis the season. Nothing better than a fall barbecue. Ace, what have you got over there?
Well, back in medieval days,
right?
They had these traveling, singing minstrels that would entertain at castles around the country.
No kidding.
Kings and queens. You know how they went from castle to castle?
No.
On their minstrel cycles.
Oh, how about that? It's crude. It's historical. It's got everything I
My new
love.
attitude. I can't get behind that one. No.
I love the setup for a joke back in
It
medieval.
had Ace using the word minstrel, which is sort of a high wire act.
Yes,
everything about it.
Yeah.
That could have gone so wrong.
Yeah, glad it didn't go the Amos route.
Hey, hey, Ace.
Why would you do something like this?
Loved it.
Oh my God, that is great. Thank you, Ace. I certainly enjoyed that. Brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Every time I mention Omaha Steaks, why are we not having steak and eggs for breakfast? We've got to get this worked out. I think we could work this out for
What
later
is
in
to
the week.
work out?
Well, we got to move the grill from there to there.
Yeah, that takes a week. And then
Would you want to do it?
bring the steak and eggs in. We'll cook it tomorrow.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. We gotta, hang on. We can't go too fast now.
Okay, well, we just had an interesting story about a hero. In New Jersey, this guy dives into this pond, and this man happens to be a trained lifeguard, but he does have to wear a prosthetic limb, a prosthetic leg.
Right.
But he still goes and pulls this guy out of a sinking car.
He is truly a hero.
But what's humorous about, everybody's okay. That's the important thing. But there was a woman, as this was being taped by someone, or being recorded on a phone, I'm sure, speaking, and her voice is just so perfect. New Jersey. Here's a little taste of it.
Gotta get out of there. He gotta get out. He gotta get out the car. But the guy has to get help too. He might pull them down. I pull him down.
Somebody throw her in.
That guy, the rescuer. He's out. He's out. What happened? Why would somebody do this? Why would somebody do this?
They're going to have to track this woman down to be in a movie. This is the perfect scene for some random thing in a motion picture.
It's very authentic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great voice.
All of the voices are very.
There's a couple of good ones up front.
I love this one here. She goes,
Is he drunk or something? Who is he? He's an elderly man. Maybe he's got nobody.
There we go.
Giving him a backstory.
so now she's
drunk and he has nobody.
she's assuming that he's trying to commit suicide.
Kind of, yeah.
That's the assumption there.
Or that no one can meet him at the hospital. Maybe she went. Maybe she fell in love with this man.
Oh, how great would that be?
That's right. It's our little love story.
And the lifeguard could be the guy that marries them. That'd be sweet.
Doesn't that guy have enough trouble?
Yeah, you think he drove into a lake now?
So, what do we got to do tonight? You want to go to the movie or the show or whatever? You want to do that?
Last
time you needed 4 of those Viagra pills.
Yeah, what are you, a drunk? You're a drunk.
Close dry yet?
Why would you do something like this?
There we go.
He might pull them down.
She's narrating it for us, though.
Oh, it's great.
Except she'd be great to watch a movie with, I'm sure. Or at a Little League game.
Oh, a lot of...
Who's that? I thought he was in the first part of the movie. Why is he back?
What did he say?
Okay.
What's happened?
Now, to move on.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay.
Jessica Halsman is once again at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. What have we missed?
A so-called hairdresser to the stars has claimed that he told Marilyn Monroe to bleach her pubic hair. Kenneth Patel, the celebrity hairdresser who also styled Jackie Kennedy, died in 2013 at the age of 86, but his notes, memories, and revelations have been detailed in a new biography.
I bet he had a lisp.
The
Really?
late Patel,
That's what you're going with.
Just take a little off the top.
the late Patel recalled an instance when he helped Monroe after a film. Executives spilled champagne on her beige silk dress at the world premiere of Some Like It Hot in 1959.
Spilled, thrown.
He said, you could see everything like she was in a wet T-shirt. Monroe reportedly...
It looked like there was a muskrat down her dress.
For JJ alert. Warren.
Let's all relax.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
Why would he do that?
Monroe reportedly shot down a suggestion of putting on a pair of underwear to avoid visible lines. Good call.
I won't do it.
So Patel reportedly told the actress, I hear Jean Harlow didn't wear underwear either.
Oh, he's a gossip, too.
But she used
He
to...
brings Harlow into it.
But she used to bleach her pubic hair so it wouldn't show through.
Wow.
I love Jean Harlow. He said he went to the hotel drugstore, purchased powdered milk of magnesia, 20% peroxide, and spirits of ammonia before instructing Monroe to bleach her pubic hair in the bathroom
And
to
melt your
ensure
vagina off.
it would not show through during the press conference.
I have a question.
You want to clean it or remove it?
Shave it at that
I have
point.
a really stupid question.
Right there, Tom, go.
What year was the razor invented?
Seriously.
It'd been so much easier.
Wow. What a weird, gossipy, bizarre story.
What were you going to say? No good can come from the sound.
Couldn't Marilyn just change the dress?
Something.
Well, she was famous for not using any feminine hygiene products.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you're really not supposed to.
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying.
It's a self-cleaning oven. You're supposed to wash it.
I mean, during the
take good care of
during
it,
what Ace would refer to as the menstrual show.
Right.
Back to the previous.
Yeah.
Wow.
He really did say menstrual cycle, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, that's a very fine joke. I like that for many reasons.
All right.
First
Because it's
of
a
all,
bicycle.
I did not see it coming.
Jessica, you're a big Jean Harlow fan?
I am.
Did you ever read her autobiography, Harlow Dare?
Dang.
Harlow Dare?
Harlow Dare! Everybody. Harlow Dare, Harlow Dare, Harlow Dare. Shake your pubic hair down. Harlow Dare.
He's dragging him down.
My God. Yeah, I was all ready for Tom's 1930s references. I'm like, let's do this. Red Dust, 1932, Clark Gable, nothing.
Oh, yeah, you love Clark Gable.
Love Clark Gable.
So he went to the drugstore and he got peroxide and powdered milk of magnesia.
I don't even know what that is.
Milk of magnesia, isn't that a laxative?
Yeah. It softens your stool.
Hi, welcome to
Hey, Pat,
Around the Hospital with Dr. Godwin.
You know the way I said that was
Pat,
all
I think voiceover work is in your future. Milk of magnesia.
I don't know why I said it like that.
It
very
softens your stool.
You
said
either really like milk of magnesia or
So and powdered milk of magnesia, and wow, that's don't try that at home, ladies. I mean, I assume you'd want to use, wouldn't like you say, wouldn't that burn the
Boy, I would think
tender flesh in that area? Yikes.
The vittles.
bait and tackle.
But anyway, well, I'm glad that went well. Now, interestingly enough,
I'm glad that went well.
When we come, well, I'm for Maryland.
No matter what happens, he always, I'm glad that went well.
Thank you very much.
We could ask Joe DiMaggio. Too late. When we come back, we have more of Maryland in the news.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have two stories that have something in common, which is Maryland, of all random things. And also, coming up, we have monkey brains and good news for couch potatoes.
And Kostaki.
And Kostaki Economopoulos. And didn't you say that we have something special for Kostaki?
Oh, today's National Baklava Day. Am I saying that correctly?
Baklava, is that
baklava?
it?
No, baklava.
Baklava? Okay, sorry.
Oh, my God.
And then balaclava is the thing that race car drivers wear over their face.
That's
Nothing
right.
to do. It's not a pastry. They're on their heads.
It's very confusing. The words sound exactly the same to me.
They don't. Well,
right,
they would.
right menstrual cycle? My man. all that fun. We have time. We actually do the Marilyn Monroe thing right now. We got time.
Oh.
A dress worn by Marilyn Monroe has sold for nearly $600,000 at auction. The star's tiger-striped gown from the 7-Year Itch sold for $593,750 at the 2-day Icons and Legends of Hollywood auction held in Los Angeles by Profiles in History.
Wow.
Another Monroe gown that she wore when she met Queen Elizabeth II at a London film premiere went for $294,400.
Sheesh.
Can you imagine? $600,000. Who's going to buy that?
I'm sure whoever he is, he's wearing the dress. Right.
Yeah.
Do you think he's
big blonde wig?
Think he's doing the badge, dyeing his
President. Happy birthday. Hello.
Hey, Gary, the divorce papers are on the counter.
Oh, wow.
Your camera's on the Zoom.
So this is presumably this is the dress where the subway goes by and the dress blows up.
Yeah. Boy, what a sexy scene, huh?
The horribly miscast Tom Ewell.
Did dudes lose their minds back in the day when they saw that? Oh, God!
Oh, my God!
Her legs go all the way up to her. Charlie. Her legs go up to her.
Oh, why did he do this?
Because he wanted to see.
Wow.
It's actually not that dress. I don't think. It's the tiger stripe dress.
Oh, boy, just a knockout, yeah. Ridiculous.
Gold and black.
Oh, it is a different one. Okay.
Body fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, but nevertheless, that's a lot of money for a dress. Mm. Is this guy aware that Amazon has free 2-day shipping and you can get a copy of that for probably $100? I'm just saying, if you really want to wear it this Friday.
This one smells like her.
You could probably get it by Friday.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that bleach?
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if there was a triangular bleach stain right there up front?
Milk of magnesia.
I've got some bad news for you, Mr. Kenneth. It seeped through to the...
Mr. Kenneth.
Again, scissors or a razor would have been adequate.
Or maybe a Yankee clipper.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Oh, a little Joe DiMaggio joke. I don't get it.
Thinker.
A little late. I don't get the joke, but...
The dress was
They
still
called him the
put up,
Yankey
right?
Clipper.
I know,
was
but
DiMaggio's...
And so she's using scissors called Yankee
like
Clipper.
the Yankee Clipper. I didn't get it, Pat. Sorry.
That's all right.
They have scissors with the Yankee stripes on them. The pinstripes, thank you. When we come back, a little bit of Kostaki Economopoulos for you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Rolling through a Tuesday morning. It's the 17th of November. I'm Mark Allison. Hey, coming up, Patty G on the road this Saturday and Friday. Maybe I should say this Friday and Saturday at the Flyover in Anderson, Indiana with Willie Griswold. That's right. Patty G and Willie G on the road together. That's right. At the Flyover in Anderson, Indiana. Make sure you get your tickets before it sells out. Also coming up, Reno Collier is going to be traveling to the Grove in Lowell, Arkansas, November 20th and 21st. Reno Collier, renocollier.net. Just some of our great comedians on the road. And don't forget about Donnie Baker. We'll have details on that coming up next break right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk headlines. Houston police looking for 5 people involved in a shooting of Benny the Butcher, the hip-hop group Griselda, during a robbery attempt outside a Walmart in Texas Saturday afternoon. Police spokesman says Benny stepping out of his Rolls-Royce with 2 others when 5 individuals demanded their chains and shot Benny when they were not moving fast enough. He is expected to survive. It's the 3rd shooting of rapper in Texas this week. Boozy Badass shot in the leg hours before Benny. That's just a day after Boozy attended a vigil for Dallas rapper Mo 3, who was shot to death on a highway last Wednesday. Well, in brighter news, a restaurant in Plymouth, Massachusetts will be happy to have Donnie Wahlberg return anytime. He spent $35.27 on lunch on November 7th, left a tip of $2,020. Get it? 2020. The restaurant posted a photo of the receipt on Facebook with their thanks and added, when asked about it, all he said was, "Who's up next?" Wahlberg left a 2020 tip at an Illinois IHOP earlier this year and a $2,000 tip at a Waffle House in North Carolina back in 2017. John Fogerty's been playing at home with his children during the pandemic and putting up music videos of them playing together. Now they're putting out a full album on Friday. Fogerty has teamed up with his daughter Kelsey, his sons Shane and Tyler for an album called Fogerty's Factory. The album full of their versions of Fogerty's best-known songs, including Center Field, Down on the Corner, and Proud Mary. I'm Mark Allison. That's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I bet you were fun in school.
Had a good time at school.
Yeah, I bet the teachers loved you.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, right. Yeah, I went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about this. You look like you spend a lot of time lifting weights. Are you a fitness buff?
Oh, yeah, I like to pump a little iron, you know what I mean? I drink the protein shakes, take the vitamins, take the St. John's for my wart. I do the whole thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You got a wart, do you?
I like to chalk up. The whole key is chalking up. You got to chalk up when you go. You got to chalk it up. I got the weight belt on. Chicks dig the weight belts. They dig the weight belts with a name on the back. You know, Steve. I don't know who Steve is, but he's missing his weight belt. Is that what you were waiting for? That's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like to pump it up. You got to be in top shape because I play golf.
You do?
You guys know the golf bit.
Oh, yeah.
I love golf. I play a lot of
bit.
golf. I got some new golf jokes. I play a lot of golf. Oh, yeah. Every hole, like 14,000 strokes. That's a lot of golf. You know what I mean? I look like a propeller out there just swinging away. I love golf. I swing with one hand. I don't even use two hands. I don't care. The instructor's always trying to change your grip. Like, hey, you're not the boss of me. I hit that ball as hard as I can, walk 6 feet, and hit it again. Every hole I use the driver. Par 3, I don't want to see a 7-iron. I let the big dog eat. I grip and rip it. I got the weight belt on. Steve's playing some golf, baby. You give me a golf cart, a 12-pack, and a lake, I'll show you how to have fun all day. You ever wonder how far a golf cart can go in a lake before it sinks? You ever wonder? 13 feet.
Hi, 821 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Sitting in for Christy Lee, it's Jessica Alsman with a quick forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunny and cool today. We'll have a high of 44. Tonight, a low of 25. We have a freeze warning. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 50. Currently, it is 34.
Keep your ears open. That's all I'm going to tell you. Your shot at some serious cash coming up. Did I make it clear? Okay, just keep listening. There you go. That'll be happening several times throughout the day on Q95. So once again, listen up, please. I want to remind you also something cool going on, something Christmassy already. Christmas Nights of Lights at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. You'll be in your car, so it's COVID-friendly, and they got a great light display. It was so much fun last year. We did it twice. I'm just suggesting that you do that. It's one of the cool things happening right now. This is the Bob and Tom Show. We're back. Thanks for joining us with Ace, Chick, Josh. I'm Tom. There's Willie. There's Patty G. Sitting in for Christy Lee. It's Jessica Alsman. Jessica has a surprise for our guest. It's the biggest name in American comedy, Kostaki Economopoulos. And Kostaki, you probably don't know what day this is, do you?
No, what day is it?
Oh, go ahead, Jessica.
Today is National Baklava Day.
No way.
Okay.
Happy Baklava Day, everybody.
So the emphasis is on the last. Baklava?
Yes.
Okay.
Baklava, yeah.
Okay. Who does it?
Moussaka.
I'm sorry?
Moussaka.
I'm not going to do that, Kostaki.
I love moussaka.
I like a moussaka.
Yeah.
This next tune.
Everyone like a moussaka.
Now, you're Kostaki economist. Did I say economist?
You did.
Sorry. Kostaki Economopoulos is
20 years in.
Is our NFL correspondent, and he's...
We've hung out a few times, haven't we?
He's responsible. He used to be in my phone. He's responsible for something called All Pro Lines, where pro football and pro comedians collide, and you can collide too. You can collude, if you will, with Kostaki and weigh in on the various aspects of the NFL. Try to have a little fun with it. And Kostaki, your favorite team, the Atlanta Falcons, the bye week.
Yeah, that's always good for a Falcons fan. Yeah, you take the week off. You relax a little. You watch the other games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to celebrate. We do have a little treat for you. Mr. Godwin has prepared a song.
Oh, bye.
Coming up for
What?
Baklava Day. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But first, what's going on with you?
I just was happy to be a Falcons fan and watch the other games. The Cardinals beat the Bills on the Hail Murray. That was the play of the year so far. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was dumb luck.
It was, yes, it was lucky and it was beautiful and it was a crazy ending. That ball had more hands on it than Robert Kraft. Am I right? That's a lot.
Oh, nice.
Hopkins was
Robert Kraft had
right.
Yeah, a lot of balls, a lot of hands on his ball, but never mind. Go ahead.
Hopkins was freakishly blanketed by 3 defenders at the same time. And I thought those 4 guys could be in a phone booth together. And then I thought none of those guys have ever seen a phone booth. Right?
That's correct.
What's a phone booth? Yeah.
How fast time goes by. The Jameis Winston era begins, just like Hollywood, another reboot nobody asked for. Drew Brees knocked out of the game with injured ribs, to which Dontari Poe said, ribs.
He's a big man.
He's a big man.
He likes food.
What was the name of the guy that hit him?
Kentavious
Street?
Street.
Yes.
Kentavious Street.
What a great name.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like something from like a movie of Spartacus? Kentavious.
I am Kentavious.
It's a great name.
That's a great
Just
one.
call me Kenny.
It's up there with Barkevius Mingo, one of my favorite names of all time.
That is a good one.
Here's another good one. David Bakhtiari. He's now the highest paid offensive lineman ever. The most offensive high-paid player, Antonio Brown.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, he's at it again. Yeah.
Bakhtiari's job is, of course, to keep guys off of Aaron Rodgers. So he probably talked Aaron into shaving that porn stash. That helps keep the guys off. The Packers.
It's a gay porn joke.
See, here's what I did. I took Aaron Rodgers and his mustache.
Shocky, it was almost like you were ashamed of that. You just really steamrolled
It's
it.
a fine joke.
You're right.
The 70s porn stash.
He was embarrassed by his own joke.
Josh is right. That hurts. JPP with an interception. He didn't score, but it's still a pick 6 technically, right? He doesn't have all.
He doesn't have all his fingers. Jean-Pierre Paul.
You see,
JPP, Jean-Pierre Paul.
Peter Paul Mounds.
Right.
Those aren't fingers. Those are
Mounds
mounds.
of firework is what it. Oh.
Because of the Masters, the NFL scheduled only 5 1:00 games, and one of those was at 4 Seasons Total Landscaping. So that's embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. Be careful. Your socialist is showing.
The Chargers found another way to lose this week. They now reject the win-loss construct as too binary. So they're not losers. They're outcome neutral.
I see.
Here's an old joke that I was told not to do, but I know Tom likes an old reference.
Oh, good.
The Niners, they've seen more injuries than Hawkeye Pierce.
Oh, I see. He worked in a MASH unit, you see.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
He was a doctor.
Triage.
Meatball surgery.
Showing off the air 37 years ago.
I still get that one compared to the other references.
Yeah. Who told you not to do it?
Brian Miller is a great comic out of. He actually said there's only 200,000 people in America who would get that joke, and they all died this week.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, boy.
Now, the truth of the matter is, isn't that the highest rated primetime show
I think
ever?
it's the highest
Still,
rated
finale, maybe.
entertainment show, right? There's a couple of things.
Well, the NFL, obviously, Super Bowls are the first part, but yeah,
I
wasn't
think
it?
the finale is still the highest rated traditional show in television.
Not particularly good either.
Long.
But just not good. The MASH good
When
show.
Larry Linville left, you can have it. The entire series. No, thank you.
Certainly moments, but
I preferred Aftermath.
The great Jimmy
Said
Farr.
no one ever.
The great Jamie Farr. You know, Jamie Farr's in the Blackboard Jungle with Glenn Ford. Did you know this?
No.
Jamie Farr, Vic Morrow.
Oh.
But his name is like Hamil Farquhar.
Oh, yeah, Jamie, yeah.
Okay, very good.
Great as the Sheik in the Cannonball movies.
Now,
Amazing as the Sheik.
Kostaki, is this a good time to take a little break from the NFL comedy for just a second?
I think a few minutes ago would be a good time.
Kostaki, I will defend every joke you have done today. They are all excellent. Thank you very much. Now, we have a news story. Did I print the story about the Greek statue?
Yeah.
This just came out today, Kostaki, and I thought of you.
A bust of an ancient Greek god has been discovered amid sewage work in Athens. The Greek Culture Ministry said that the head, one of many that served as street markers in ancient Athens was found on Friday.
So they're digging a new sewer, and they find this statue.
The bust, which is believed to be from around 300 BC, depicts the Greek god, am I saying this correctly, Hermes?
Hermes.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
He wanted to become a
Hey,
dentist.
Snotty, isn't it Hermes? I think it is.
Well, I think if you're applying it to your pubes, it's Hermes. I think that's.
I've always heard Hermes.
Hermes.
He wanted to become a dentist.
Yes, he did.
That's what I just said.
That's a funny line. Yeah, I like that.
No, I got nothing.
The thing about Hermes is there's actually two kinds of Hermes, and neither goes away ever.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Hermes Simplex A.
Yeah.
But I love the show Hermes Head.
Wow, that's a deep cut, Halsman.
Yeah, you talk about obscure.
Yeah, and that's up to date.
So, in any event, they found this. This happens occasionally in these very, very old places. They'll be digging a sewer or whatever, and they find something amazing. I'm sure it's priceless. But Pat is kind of an authority on statues.
I'm like a Greek god myself. Kostaki, this is for you, buddy.
Right?
This is for you. Yes. I am a true man of the world. I stand here with my flag unfurled. I'm a gorgeous melting pot of humanity. But one physical flaw is such a blow to my vanity. I have a cute English nose. Like the Swedes, I'm the leanest. I have huge Austrian pecs. But a Greek statue penis. I'm hung like ancient art. That's what came between us. You like my Roman hands, but not my Greek statue penis. I'm no Norse god, neither grower nor shower. I have a pint-sized package like that javelin thrower. Go ahead, take a peek at my tiny little Greek physique. I have a strong Irish liver and a Japanese-like genius, a big American gut, and a Greek statue penis, salty Brazilian nuts, and a Greek statue penis. I have a Greek physique.
Yes, thank you very much, Patty G.
You're welcome.
Good.
Now, did you know why in those statues? I always thought that when you'd see those statues that they had a small male member because the marble would break off. I mean, doesn't that seem like it would be the case just from a structural standpoint? Apparently it was the fashion because it was considered
gauche
to have a large male member.
Really?
Well, that's probably because the people in charge didn't have them, therefore they made it animal-like. So the times have changed.
So you would have been very, very rude then? Is that what you're trying to say? Very, very rude.
Now, once again, we're speaking with Kostaki Economopoulos, who is our NFL correspondent. Kostaki is a stand-up comedian and the proprietor of the all-new All-Pro Lines, where pro football and pro comedians collide. How does one access that, Kostaki?
On Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at All Pro Lines. Come on down. In fact, this is a good segue to the All Pro Lines joke of the week. We welcome input from the fans. This joke comes from Josh Bald this week. San Francisco is named for St. Francis of Assisi, of course, the patron saint of injured reserve.
There's a lot of injuries. A lot of injured players.
So, see, this is a great place for people that are in tune with football to get some obscure jokes. That's a good one. Now, you're taking drawings, anything people want to submit to you.
Yeah, we're literally learning on the fly. So we do caption contests and top the meme, and the best meme suggestion becomes a meme with credit. Joke tags, whatever. We're
speaking of education, we had a rather unusual story earlier today about the famed Marilyn Monroe. And
well done.
She, according to this biography by Kenneth, the famous hairdresser, during an emergency situation, he had to have her dye her pubic region. And he, according to this news story, I have to see if I can find it, he went down to the hotel dispensary and got powdered milk of magnesia, 20% peroxide, and spirits of ammonia in order to do the dye job. Got this from a nurse, windbag letter. Milk of magnesia would be put as a buffer to protect the lady bits. And by the way, what a great term.
Lady bits.
Lady bits. Okay. That'd be a good name for a podcast.
Well, no, we have bits and pieces, and then I call Jess and Jessica the lady bits.
Oh, I didn't know.
Lady
bits. Is that right? that just took on a whole new meaning.
Yes, it did.
May have to change that. Once again, the nurse writes, the milk of magnesia would be put on as a buffer to protect the lady bits from the harsh chemicals from chemical burns, and then, and a bad taste later. Paste that over the lady bits before bleaching the hair and then rinse off. Oh, there you go. Milk of magnesia is often used to prevent or treat minor skin irritations. I did not know that. Now, Pat Godwin informed us that milk of magnesia was what, Pat?
Stool softener.
Stool softener.
Yes.
There you
I
go.
believe what he said was it makes your stool soft.
Yeah.
It's more like that.
You said it with a lot of romance in your voice.
A lot of romance.
Okay. So, Kostaki, let's get back to the NFL. What else is on your mind?
My horrible team, the Falcons, cut defensive end Tack McKinley this week. That's got to hurt. You're not good enough to play defense this year for the Atlanta Falcons? Oh, my God. Who'd they sign in his place? A Walmart greeter?
You see, that would
box of Kleenex?
Walmart greeter would generally be an older fellow, you see.
See, they wave you in.
Much older.
You see,
Right this way.
After you.
Replace it with a turnstile or a welcome mat or something. Yeah, that's exactly right. Here's a public service announcement. With Black Bears, stand your ground, right? With Brown Bears, play dead. With Chicago Bears, change the channel.
Good to know.
Not good. The Miami Dolphins donated $75 million to the Top Cancer Center in South Florida. Hopefully, someone at the center will be able to remove the Jets from the AFC East.
I need help with that one.
They're not a good team.
Oh, that's it.
0-9.
Okay.
Or soon to be 0-10.
So they're like a bad thing, you see.
Yes. It's a negative. You'd be embarrassed to have them in your division.
Yes.
You got your Patriots, your Dolphins.
All right,
your
let's
Jets.
not give Kostaki too hard. We have him call in. We stop his jokes midway to shoehorn a Godwin song in. And then we do a windbag. We have an intermission of that.
Yeah.
Let the guy do his joke.
Okay, obviously, Josh calling for the closer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's not wrong. All right, let's go with this one. The Jets are so bad, the ghost of John Denver wants to fly them. Good night, everybody.
You see, John Denver crashed a plane.
Yeah.
And
Tom said he likes his planes store-bought.
He was piloting an experimental aircraft. I have a rule of thumb.
right.
I like professional, sober pilots in a plane that they didn't build themselves over the weekend.
That's
Out of Balsa. Yes. This wood looks good enough. Kostaki Economopoulos. Now, Kostaki, in spite of all that grief, we've plugged your new thing several times.
Yes, love that. Thank you.
All Pro Lines, and you can find it anywhere on the internet, apparently. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
come join us at All Pro Lines.
So try to submit a joke for next week NFL joke of the week.
Yeah, kudos to Josh Bald, who's been on. He's 2 segments in a row. He got a joke in. He's been great stuff.
All right.
Okay. Well, very good. We'll certainly look forward to that. Now, before we sign off, does anyone have any other questions for Mr. Economopoulos?
No, sir.
Pat, do you have another song for him?
I'm all out of Greek songs.
Maybe we can write one for next week about a stool softener.
Makes your stool soft.
Okay. Thank you, Kostaki.
Thanks, guys.
It's good talking to you. Good luck this week. Okay. Coming up, a little bit of Donnie Baker. But right now, speaking of coming up, Roman What is Roman? Well, it's a pharmaceutical distributor, and you go to getroman.com/wood. That's right. Spell it out. GETROMAN. Getroman.com/wood. And you can find out about these miracle pharmaceuticals, the real stuff, the stuff you've been hearing about for years on television. This isn't some crazy stuff where some guy, I was canoeing down the Amazon and all the tribes had full erections. No, this is, you know what I'm talking about. With Roman, it's not easy to talk about, I guess, going to your doctor and the family doctor going, look, doc, maybe you can just do it this way, because with Roman, you're hooked up with a healthcare professional online, and if you are indeed a candidate for one of these medications, well, they have their famous free 2-day shipping. Josh, that'll cost you how much?
It's free.
Thank you very much. How much will that visit with the healthcare professional be?
Oh, that's free as well.
That's free also, yeah. So there's also a special offer coming up for Bob and Tom Show listeners in just a second. ED used to be tough to tackle, not anymore. With Roman, getroman.com/wood. If approved, by the way, you'll get $15 off your first order of ED treatment. That's getroman.com/wood. $15 off. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. GetRoman.com/wood. Get part of your life back. Coming back with Donnie Baker. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Tell us what you think. Call 888-BOB-TOM-1. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
Slam and Sam, what a great voice. I'm Mark Allison, average voice at best. Hey, I promised you Donnie Baker on the road info. And this Thursday, November 19th, Donnie Baker on the road live in Tampa, Florida at the Improv. If you happen to be in the Tampa area, make sure you catch Donnie Baker live at the Improv this Thursday night, November 19th. Donnie Baker on the road. Coming up Wednesday, November 25th, Omaha, Nebraska at the Funny Bone. And Friday, December 4th, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Donnie Baker at Badger State Brewing Company. So there you have it, Donnie Baker on the road. Florida, Nebraska, Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Chippewa Falls at the Eagles Club coming up Saturday, December 5th. You can always catch more of Donnie Baker at bobandtom.com and see his full schedule. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Vikings overcome a 104-yard kickoff return by Chicago's Cordell Patterson to beat the Bears 19-13 in Chicago. Former New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker has been cleared of robbery charges in Florida after his alleged victim's attorney was arrested on extortion charges. Prosecutors announced Monday they were dropping all charges against Baker. That came shortly after the county sheriff's office arrested attorney William Dean and charged him with extortion. And New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold to be sidelined for a second straight game. He's recovering from an injured right shoulder. The NCAA says it plans to hold the entire 2021 men's college basketball tournament in one location to mitigate the risks of the coronavirus. It is in talks with Indianapolis to be that one city. The Final Four is already set to be held in Indianapolis next year. The association said it's relocating early round games that had been scheduled for 13 cities across the country. And in college football, number 5 Texas A&M will not play for a second straight week. Saturday's home game against Mississippi postponed because of lingering issues with the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I learned that cheese loves music.
Really?
You know what the favorite music of cheese is?
What?
R&B.
R&B.
You know, I don't know if Brie stings.
Boy, oh boy.
Ooh, in the words of Leonard Skinner, ooh, what's that smell?
Yikes.
R&B. Okay.
Brie.
Josh, you know my favorite R&B song?
No.
It's the Munster Mash.
Yes.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I'm sick of being sick. I've been in my bed all week. I feel like dick. I'm sick of my TV. Now I'm hooked on all the soaps on ABC. I try to read a magazine or hear the radio or watch the Bad News Bears again on in HBO. I'm sick of being home, 'cause you think of stupid things when you're alone. I'm sick of this old house, and today I might try on my wife's new blouse. I saw 2 women fight like cats on Jerry Springer's show because their mom was sleeping with their older brother Joe.
Hi-yo! Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Oh, yeah, there he is. It's Chick McGee.
Hi!
The man, the legend. And there's Ace. Josh, of course, is at the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick desk and chair.
Hello.
Jessica Alsman sitting in at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk for Christy Lee. This is Tom speaking. There's Willie G. And that's Patty G. We got a full complement of people and things in the room and elsewhere. And welcome back to the program. I forgot where we were. Oh, we were talking to Kostaki Economopoulos about a variety of things. Coming up, we have an interesting news story about meth.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Well,
don't make a meth.
We have alligators in the news. And did you have the story about the pizza? This is a really odd one. We've had stories like this before where someone will break into a restaurant and before they rob the place, they'll cook something.
Yeah.
Authorities in California are saying a thief cooked himself a pizza before stealing the pizzeria's delivery car. Police said the suspect, later identified as Oscar Sanchez, broke into Big Slice Pizza in Fullerton earlier this month. Sanchez allegedly also stole the restaurant's cash and tablets. But before fleeing the scene, security footage shows him stretching dough out on the counter and making a pizza pie.
See, I mean, it's not like he just popped a frozen pizza. He, got out the...
Yeah.
tossed it around.
Wow, what the heck?
What is wrong with him?
Did he do the throw it in the air thing like they do in the cartoons?
I've always wanted to try that. Well, they do that in real life.
No, just in cartoons. I'm with Willie on that.
Specifically cartoon pizza.
Yeah.
You've never done it?
No.
It's much harder than it looks.
I bet my arm would go right through it.
Yeah, we had the story a couple years ago. They have the world championships of pizza throwing.
Yeah.
And these guys, I mean, it's they can do anything.
Why are you so against it, Jack?
It's a non-record again.
Oh no, these guys are artists. It's like juggling. It looks easy, but it's tough.
Yeah, it's got to be tough.
Dough. They flip it in the air.
Every night when we say grace, you know who we thank? We thank the cooks.
Not me, I'm sure.
And the farmers and the truck drivers, because the food you're eating, you know how it got there?
So what? You
by
start
delivery
dinner,
to your house?
Dinner about 6, you get done about 10:30, quarter to 11. All the thanking you're doing?
It doesn't take long to thank those that provide you with food.
It sure doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Who do you thank? The dude that brought it over by giving him a buck?
You know who I thank? I thank you, Tom, for being
not at dinner with you.
Do you thank Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior? I want to know all about it. Do you?
You guys are well.
Answer me. Let our listeners know if you believe in Jesus Christ.
I believe in Jesus Christ, but not that Jesus Christ.
Well, this is fascinating.
Yeah, right.
No, baby Jesus, chick. You don't believe it.
There was Jesus and Frank. And
so this guy, I mean,
Frank Christ, that's right.
Amazing that he's tossing a pizza before he robs the place.
I think so. This tells me also this may be an inside job.
That's like the guy who breaks in the house. He takes a shower. That guy, remember, we have that like every year, I think, or every 6 months.
Probably a bad idea, though, to steal the pizzeria's truck. Because I'm assuming it's either got that thing in the roof or it's a giant logo on the side.
Yeah, they can
It's
find
pretty
it.
easy all points bulletin looking for a minivan with a giant pizza logo on it.
I think this guy is a menace. I saw the security tape, and he puts pineapple on his pizza.
If I'm the judge, he's getting an extra year in the slammer.
Big slice pizza, pick up a delivery.
Delivery.
The 25-year-old was arrested. Sanchez was charged with a suspicion of grand theft auto, second-degree burglary, the possession of burglary tools, and other crimes.
Yeah, I heard the cops found him in 30 minutes or less.
Hey, that's not bad. Yeah, they got to keep
the
him.
dominoes fall. Oh, there we go.
Communism.
Wow.
Is he drunk or something?
No, it's time now for a little bit of a request. We're celebrating the holiday season, of course. The holiday in question, Thanksgiving. Okay, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here.
9 days away.
9?
Yep.
Yeah, and this is a little Thanksgiving stuff.
The bird of America has always been the born eagle. But there's another feathered unsung hero too. Generation after generation, giving their all for the common good. Listen to the story, let the truth be understood.
Eat me! I'm a turkey! In my heart, I'm red, white, and blue. Oh, eat me! I'm a turkey! A true American patriot through and through.
1, 2, 3, 4. Other birds just flit, flap, fly, and flutter. From the toucan to the tiny parakeet. Not much meat. You can't stuff them with nuts, breadcrumbs, and butter.
So, chop off my head and then turn up the heat. Hey, eat me! I'm a turkey! Stretch out on the sofa when you're through. Eat me! I'm a turkey! The next day I'll be a tasty sandwich too! Oh boy!
Turkeys have their splinter factions. Dissident birds unwilling to serve. Foul, pinko, sissy, wimpy turkeys. But the major portion of these semi-flightless birds say,
eat me! I'm a turkey! Eating parrots and penguins wouldn't be the same! Oh, eat me! I'm a turkey! Gobble me up before the football game! Delicious! At
I'd be eating you. I regret that I have but one carcass to give for my country. Today, I consider myself the luckiest bird on the face of the earth.
It's not really a happy ending.
Oh, why did he do this? Why would you do something like this? Look at these great heroes. Yay! Heroes! Heroes!
I love that.
Yikes.
Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a Duke tomato. And the live version of that coming up in a few weeks, maybe if we can get it organized, maybe a Christmas turkey.
Okay.
It's a complicated, long story. Now, coming up, Donnie Baker will be joining us. We'll see what's going on with Donnie. We do have meth news, alligator news, and Santa Claus news. And are you an Oreo fan, Josh?
Yeah, I enjoy them, yeah.
Oreo has a very special thing happening out there.
You will love it.
This is
I think we all
really
will.
interesting.
All right.
Something new from Oreo. We'll find out courtesy of Delish. And sex at the side of the road. It's happening. And you'll be
now.
You'll be under arrest if you. First, he was under her, then under arrest. But this is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. It's Bob and Tom Tonight. Over 20 minutes of the best of today's show tonight. Just go to Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Subscribe today. Click that red button. It's free. Won't cost you anything. And you'll join over 100,000 other Bob and Tom fans from around the world who currently are subscribed to Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. So check it out. Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll have more of today's Bob and Tom show coming up right after this. I'm Mark Allison from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. SpaceX's newly launched capsule with 4 astronauts has arrived at the International Space Station. The Dragon capsule pulled up and docked late Monday night following a 27-hour completely automated flight from Florida. This is the second astronaut mission for SpaceX, but it's the first time Elon Musk's company delivered a crew for a full 6-month stay. The 3 Americans and 1 Japanese astronaut will remain at the orbiting lab till the replacements arrive next spring on another Dragon. They gave a tour of their capsule Monday, and first-time space flyer Victor Glover was presented his gold astronaut pin. Hurricane Iota has roared ashore as a dangerous Category 4 storm along almost exactly the same stretch of Nicaragua's Caribbean coast, devastated by an equally powerful Hurricane Eta 13 days ago. Iota had intensified into an extremely dangerous Category 5 storm during the day Monday, but the U.S. National Hurricane Center says it weakened slightly as it neared the coast late Monday. Heavy flooding is expected. A hearing on the Trump's campaign federal lawsuit seeking to prevent Pennsylvania officials from certifying the vote results remain on track. It's scheduled for Tuesday in Williamsport after the judge denied the campaign's new lawyer's request for a delay. The Trump campaign wants to prevent certification of state voting results that give President-elect Joe Biden Pennsylvania's 20 electoral votes. The lawsuit centers on election procedures that were not uniform across the state of Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Kathy Bachvar in Pennsylvania has asked to have the lawsuit thrown out. That's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I learned that cheese loves music.
Really?
You know what the favorite music of cheese is?
What?
R&B.
R&B.
You know, I don't know if Brie stinks.
Boy, oh boy.
In the words of Leonard Skinner, ooh, what's that smell?
Yikes.
R&B. Okay.
R&B.
Josh, you know my favorite R&B song?
No.
That's the Munster Mash.
Fuck yes.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello.
Hello.
You reached the Animal Walks into a Bar joke hotline. Here's today's Animal Walks into a Bar joke.
That's a recording. Oh.
A horse walks into a bar.
Right.
The bartender walks over and says, "Hey, bud, why the long face?" Thank you. The Animal Walks into a Bar joke hotline.
So just one per day?
That's it?
One joke per day.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I babysat a cat a couple weeks ago. No, it went in the show.
Oh, he.
Then he started picking his out of his litter box and dropping him in the middle of the living room floor.
Well, this is a protest.
It did seem like some sort of action. Cats
that's
are,
funny.
you know, jerks, basically.
Can be.
Cats are jerks.
When grandfather dies, life will be strange. When grandfather dies, my whole world will change. When grandfather dies, I'll scream and...
Hey, 9:01 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much.
Here's Tom.
We're going to get back to the action. In fact, why don't we get back to the action now? This is the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. There's a chick, Josh Ace. I'm Tom. There's Willie G, Patty G, and sitting in for the lady of the house, Christy Lee. It's the lady of the house today, Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
At the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. We're going to be hooking up with a guest in a matter of moments if the radio gods are with us. And the way today's show's been going, I'm guessing they're not.
They're spitting on us.
We were talking about today is International Baklava Day. Is that correct?
Yes.
The Greek pastry, laden with honey.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever go to those international food fair things?
Yeah.
Where they've got the booths. You go to the like,
sure.
Oh, this is great. You can go over there. You can go to the Mexican booth, have Mexican street corn. Then you go to the Italian booth, maybe have some delicious pasta. You go to the Polish booth, have some delicious sausage. You ever notice that those things? There's never an English food booth.
Yeah, there isn't.
Hey, could I get some? I heard you got some nice fillets you boiled.
Hello. Come give us some delicious fillets.
Oh, they have English muffins?
They just call them muffins over there.
Well, and you ain't seen nothing.
No, you
down on
Well. There we go. Can
What
you
is
grab
that noise? Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Donnie, how are you, sir?
Stressed.
Oh, why?
Because somehow it came my job to buy the turkey for this year's Thanksgiving. First time ever.
It's hard.
Well, it makes no sense to give me this assignment. I swear to God. Because I'm about as good with grocery stores as Amish Drifter is with Electric Avenue. Okay, bad example.
Okay.
Yeah, keep laughing, Dick. The point is, I don't do grocery stores like you, Tom, because I always eat out. You know,
Okay.
I always eat out at the Y.
Oh, eat out at the Y. Oh, I get it, Donnie.
You heard him.
Yeah, Ace put that in your rotation. So, anyways, I go to the store and I'm looking at the turkeys. Oh, by the way, Tom, some of the turkeys are named after you.
You mean Tom turkeys?
Yeah, it's a pretty clever idea considering you both got about the same amount of hair.
Oh, you just
Swear to
set
God.
me up for that, Donnie. That's very fun.
Well, tell me this. How are you supposed to know what size of turkey to buy? Because I asked them at the butcher shop, how many pounds of turkey do I need for like 10 regular people, 3 kids, and 1 bastard? And this smart ass says, it depends on how fat they are.
Oh.
I'm so pissed. I got madder than sling bait when he runs out of mustard. I was going to say, well, they're all 20 pounds lighter than your mom, but I didn't want him hocking a loogie in my giblets, so I kept quiet.
Good point.
And they were none the wiser. How come is it when we buy anything else, we always get free estimates? When it comes to turkey, and we just trust some lesbian butcher named Dana. I swear to God. Anyways, she says a pound for each adult, but that don't seem like it's going to be enough. So I spent $175.
Wow.
$25 for a 22-pound turkey.
That's huge.
And then another $150 for a used fridge and a penny saver to put the damn bird in.
Oh, okay.
And then another $22.50 for the extension cord to run electric from the fridge all the way to my dick neighbor Mitchell's back deck. And this is all because my kitchen fridge ain't big enough. And my beer fridge is already spoken for.
Of course.
So now I got 3 stupid refrigerators in my house. I got my fridge, I got my turkey, and I just need to look up how long to cook it on my George Foreman grill. And from the looks of it, I'm going to need about 20 more George Foreman grills. This turkey's humongous.
Well, Donnie, why don't you just bake the turkey in your oven?
Well, I can't use the oven, Tom. That's where I keep all my old Penthouse and Hustler magazines hid so Woofy won't find them. You're a boomer. You probably still keep all your nudie mags between your box spring and your mattress like some sort of pilgrim or something. I swear to God. Oh, speaking of that, I better run, delete my browsing history off Woofy's Chromebook before he starts school today.
Good idea.
Yeah. The last thing I need is for Christy to come back asking why Cream Pie Gangbang was number 1 on the foot tap test.
Thank you. Very, very, very helpful. About £1 per person. That's good. A 22-pound bird. That's it's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It's a big bird.
Yes. Are you cooking for you and Donnie, the other Donnie?
I'm not. He's going to cook. I'll do some sides this year, but he's a good cook.
Cool.
He can do the turkey.
So what do you do all day long?
Watch him, cheer him on, make some deviled eggs. That takes time.
Oh, love deviled eggs.
Gotta boil them. The secret is to add sugar.
Interesting.
What, to the water?
Try it. No, to the yolk. Like when you're doing a little mixture, mustard, egg yolk.
That's the secret?
Yeah, some
I
sugar.
did not know that.
Mhm. Try it. You'll love it. And you'll gain weight, but it's totally worth it.
I'm a fan. Well, very good. Well, thank you very much. That's the voice of Miss Jessica Alsman sitting in for Christy Lee today. Speaking of sugar, do you have the Oreo
Yes, sweetheart.
The Oreo cookie story?
I do.
This is
Speaking of
this is
cream
really
pies.
cool. This is really good.
Oreo has launched an online service that allows people to design their own cookies. Oreo ID offers 2 levels of personalization. one that lets users choose from 8 different cream colors to sandwich between 2 classic Oreo cookies, and a customize everything option, which lets users pick a cream color, fudge coating, and sprinkle accents. Customers can even add images and text onto their custom cookies.
Cool.
Can you change the flavor of the filling?
No.
It will be cream flavor.
It. Okay.
What is that flavor?
I don't. Yeah, it's like cookies and cream, I think, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to have it? Like, could you put your picture, sort of a bas relief of your face on the cookie?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, that's what
cool.
it'll be. Yeah, they won't just print it. It'll be.
So you could twist it and lick your face.
Would you like to hear the top 10 Oreo flavors?
Mm-hmm.
There's how many are there?
They've kind of lost their minds. They've gone crazy with flavors.
Birthday cake isn't number 2. I'll be outraged.
I had a mushroom and Swiss the other day. Can't believe the flavor.
Hey, laugh it up. Those are delicious. Number 10, red velvet Oreo.
Ooh, yeah.
What do you think of that?
Give me that.
Number 9, white fudge dipped Oreo thin bites.
The only thing thin about them is the
fudge dipped mint Oreo thin bites is number 8. Peanut butter is number 7. Chocolate number 6.
I'll bet the peanut butter's good.
Chocolate thins are number 5. The thins, that doesn't count, does it? Mint thins? Oh, mint. Number 1 is birthday cake Oreo. There you go.
Number 1's not Oreo flavored Oreo?
No, Oreo flavored Oreo is way in the back. Way in the rear.
Oddly enough, number 2 is Hydrox. How weird is that?
That's weird.
Do they still make those?
I don't know. I don't know if
didn't we get into a huge history of this? Didn't the Hydrox predate the Oreo?
Apparently it does.
There's some Edison versus Tesla thing going on. I can't remember.
That is a funny comment.
Oh, well,
Edison versus Tesla.
No one
Very
even chuckled.
It was too funny to laugh at.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you can I want to see what these look like. Maybe that'd be a good Christmas present for you guys.
That'd be cool. Yeah, get our faces on
Oreos,
some
Oreos with my face on them.
Rather have a bobblehead.
This next story involves a public display of affection to the most intimate level. To be delicate here.
A Florida couple has been arrested for engaging in a series of alleged roadside sex acts.
Oh, boy.
According to a felony criminal complaint, many drivers saw Amber Gormley and Sean McClelland having several types of intimate relations near a roadway in Largo on Saturday afternoon.
Why don't we do it in the road?
Gormley and McClelland were spotted around 2:45 in the afternoon in what police describe as a busy area where all drivers could see them having intercourse.
Afternoon delight.
Wow.
The pair were both charged with lewd and lascivious.
It's a word you only see in stories like this.
Yeah.
Lewd. It's hardly ever by itself.
You're right.
Yeah.
You rarely get lascivious by yourself.
It's always lewd and lascivious.
They were getting it.
I'm not sure what the difference is.
About 6-7 letters.
$40.
I think your feet. You got to keep your feet wider if you're lascivious. I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, there are certain words only appear with others.
Yeah.
And that apparently one of them. But right there at the side of the road. Usually in Florida, the side of the road is someone hitting an alligator.
Yeah.
Something not hitting it. Wow. Yes.
I like the side of the road because the side of the road is kind of ribbed, when you go along.
For whose pleasure?
Yeah, no one knows.
Come on.
Did they have to meet up? Like they're looking for someone to do this in public with?
I don't know.
They're not a boyfriend and girlfriend or a husband and wife?
It just says a Florida couple, but
they're a couple then.
Maybe he had a flat tire. Asked her for a jack.
Well, apparently more than I won't just give you a jack.
You want to blow up my tire?
Okay. What would strike you to do that in the middle of the afternoon, right at the side of the road, and not go to the like a Walmart parking lot or something normal?
You know what else are you supposed to do? Sometimes you're driving along, you see a sign, you get inspired. I-69, let's go.
Let's do that. The love bug is biting.
That reminds me, we have a number of things out there floating in the ether, including a podcast known as That Josh Arnold Podcast, which features the famous Josh Arnold Word of the Week.
That's right.
Last week's word, once again, was...
macropicide, which is the killing of kangaroos.
If you've been able to use that in a sentence in the last week, let me know how that...
I got about 10 letters.
Really?
Yep. Of people saying they used it.
I mean, I know it's going to make you jumpy, but can you eat kangaroo? I mean...
We had kangaroo in the show.
Do people eat kangaroo?
Yes, absolutely. You look around. There's an exotic meat market near you that probably has it.
Why, when I ask you a question and try to make conversation, you always just make me feel stupid. Why do you
look around? He said.
Yeah, look around.
Don't you remember
who talks like him?
Don't you remember when they brought the kangaroo in here and we had some?
No.
Okay.
Somebody wrote a song called Macropicide, Josh.
They did.
Swear to God. Fantastic Gymnastic is the name of the.
You're not kidding?
Oh, I thought it was going to be you.
Oh, no. I just looked it up. I was like, that's weird.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Josh Arnold podcast is found wherever you find podcasts.
Yes.
Also, there's one called Bits and Pieces featuring the Jessicas, Jess Hooker, Jessica Alsman, Jason Hofsetz from our staff, and Willie G, in which they dissect and talk about various aspects of this program.
Yeah, subscribe to both, please.
And find out what's happening in the world. Now, do you have a teaser for me?
Ooh, we've got Lamborghinis in the news, Santa Claus, and meth.
Tom, you ever driven a Lambo?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I have another.
Have you?
No.
Chick?
No, I'm
too
not,
fast.
I'm
Too
not
fast.
real car guy.
Ace, I can't imagine you got to get up to Lambo. They'd have to squeegee the road. The ladies would be so.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Now, this is it's time for a quiz here. Josh, what is your sleep number setting?
65.
Okay, that's kind of in between. Chick McGee.
100. I like that firm mattress, Tom.
And Christy famously has a 40, which is marshmallow-like.
I thought it was 35. I think it might be 35.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
That's even more gooey. The point is, if you like a firm mattress or a soft mattress, your Sleep Number bed can be adjusted at the touch of a button. So it's not the same firmness it was at the store when you try it out. No. You can have it just the way you like. And every night, Sleep IQ collects over 13 billion data points, conducting the largest sleep study ever while helping you improve your sleep. The science is sleep physiology. This is kind of interesting. Sleepers average between 6 to 17 more minutes of quality sleep during the spring 2020 pandemic. Isn't that a surprise? Averaging even 15 minutes more quality sleep per night is a good way to boost your immunity. Sleeping less than 7 hours a night can lead to a 32% increase in the likelihood of catching a cold or being exposed to a virus. So be careful out there. Get yourself some great sleep. I love my Sleep Number bed. Find out about what they got going on because they have something special happening right now. Discover the Sleep Number 360 smart bed for, let's call it, game-changing sleep. And now during the Ultimate Sleep Number event, save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. For a limited time only at Sleep Number stores and online at sleepnumber.com/BT show. And Sleep Number is the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL. And those guys need plenty of rest because they're going to get hit. Thank you very much. I love my Sleep Number bed. And coming up, we have a little bit of a history lesson and couch potatoes getting an award. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schmitz, but for me,
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, coming up after the Bob and Tom Show, keep it tuned right here to Bob and Tom 24/7. We roll out into Bob and Tom's work farce. Ace Cosby, your host. All the fun without really that much effort. Keep your smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. It's us right here at Bob and Tom 24/7. We'll have more of the show coming up right after this. I'm Mark Allison with your Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk headlines. Houston police looking for 5 people involved in a shooting of Benny the Butcher, the hip-hop group Griselda, during a robbery attempt outside a Walmart in Texas Saturday afternoon. Police spokesman says Benny stepping out of his Rolls-Royce with 2 others when 5 individuals demanded their chains and shot Benny when they were not moving fast enough. He is expected to survive. It's the 3rd shooting of rapper in Texas this week. Boozy Badass shot in the leg hours before Benny. That just a day after Boozy attended a vigil for Dallas rapper Mo 3, who was shot to death on a highway last Wednesday. Well, in brighter news, a restaurant in Plymouth, Massachusetts will be happy to have Donnie Wahlberg return anytime. He spent $35.27 on lunch on November 7th, left a tip of $2,020. Get it? 2020. The restaurant posted a photo of the receipt on Facebook with their thanks and added, when asked about it, all he said was, "Who's up next?" Wahlberg left a 2020 tip at an Illinois IHOP earlier this year and a $2,000 tip at a Waffle House in North Carolina back in 2017. John Fogerty's been playing at home with his children during the pandemic and putting up music videos of them playing together. Now they're putting out a full album on Friday. Fogarty has teamed up with his daughter Kelsey, his sons Shane and Tyler for an album called Fogarty's Factory. The album full of their versions of Fogarty's best-known songs, including Center Field, Down on the Corner, and Proud Mary. I'm Mark Allison. That's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Yeah. These aren't jokes, ladies and gentlemen. These are cultural observations, the op-ed page of the contemporary world, Ace.
It's a public service.
Of course.
What do you do if you're attacked by a pack of clowns?
What do you do if you're attacked by a pack of clowns?
You go for the juggler.
Indeed.
I liked it. I hate fake laughter.
Yeah, me too. Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Brand new feature, Biff Whiskey, Frontier Lifeguard.
As told by
Arnie Whiskey, Frontier Golfer.
I should have known.
Well, you know, I was a man about town, and also at the Whiskeyville Country Club and Salad Bar. Of course, the country club, we have our very own swimming pool. And, of course, we had to have a lifeguard for the youngsters there. Well, we hired a young fellow named Biff Whiskey, and he was the lifeguard, you know, at the pool. Well, this young fellow walks up to Biff, and he goes, "Excuse me, Biff, but what's the best way to teach a girl to swim?" Well, Biff says, "Come here, young fella." He goes, "Now, here's how it's done. First, you walk her slowly into the water, all right? Mm-hmm. Then you put your arms gently around her waist. Then you rub your hands delicately up and down her arms. Mm-hmm. Then just kind of lean over and softly kiss her on the neck." The young fella says, "Wait a minute. I'm teaching my sister." He goes, "In that case, just push her in the deep end."
Except in Kentucky.
9:20 at Q95. Hoo-wee! It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, there she is. It's Jessica Alsman with a quick forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunny today. It's going to stay cool with a high of 44. Tonight, a low of 25. We do have that freeze warning. And tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 50. Currently, it is 34.
Thank you very much. Something cool to do. Christmas night of lights at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Hop in the car with the kids, drive through, have a good time, and you'll be, COVID-friendly? You're in your car, for God's sake.
Well, unless one of you has.
You're going to be okay. Well, thank you very much. That was extremely helpful. Now, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Josh Arnold's last day. Good to see you.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you very much. He's in the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair.
Get out.
Sitting right next to the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk, sitting in for Christy Lee. It's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
Now, there's a Chick McGee across the way. I'm Tom. There's Ace. There's Willie G. And Patty G in the other room. You feeling okay, Pat?
A little bit better, thanks for asking.
Yeah, I know. Pat, unfortunately, inadvertently doubled up on his medication this morning.
Not good.
Yeah.
Did you get warm at all, or?
No, woozy.
Okay. But you're okay now. That's good. I'm glad we found that out. Now, we have to move forward here with Jessica. What have you got going in the world of news?
Police in Italy used a Lamborghini to transport a donor kidney 300 miles in 2 hours.
Whoa.
Italian state police rushed the organ from Padua to Rome by driving the Lamborghini Huracan, an average speed of 143 miles per hour.
Seems like a really bad idea, doesn't it?
Sounds like a movie.
It does. It's Con Air. John Cusack has to go, and they say you can't go that way, and so he steals the Dick's car so we can get there faster.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know. The guy would have to be a dick.
Driving 143 in Italy, I would imagine to be fairly.
Did you have Jerry Reed driving blocker?
Sure.
Yeah.
The journey normally takes 6 hours, though authorities completed the trip in a third of the time. According to a translated tweet from police, the kidney arrived in time for transplant surgery. The vehicle, which joined the force in 2017, is among other Lamborghinis Italian police own and use.
All right. Good.
That's
the
awesome.
cops have Lambos?
Yeah.
The Popo Lambo?
The Popo Lambo?
The Popo got the Lambo.
It didn't say that. They say they have ones they can use. They don't own it. Probably.
I heard the Popo got the Lambo.
I'm reading the story right here, Chicken. It says the Popo got the Lambo.
It says that.
Right here in black and white.
Has the Lambo.
And then when it got there, the guy that they were doing the surgery and said, I'll tell you what, you keep the kidney, I want the Lambo. I want the car.
Yeah, and it was former quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, Romo.
That's right.
Are we doing the Rondo thing again?
I think
Rondo, Romo, and the Lambo.
Hey, Pat, can you write a quick song over there?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
What's that great Tracy Chapman song, Fast Car?
Oh, I love that.
Police got a fast car.
I'm listening.
And a kidney.
What, I haven't cried enough today? Is that what you're trying to do?
Can you get a kidney in there?
I was thinking, 5150, Lambo, Popo. No,
those are all syllables.
I tried.
Strung together in a manner that would be relatively
You
human.
guys do the comedy. I'll just try to read.
Alrighty.
Wouldn't it be a lot safer to get a helicopter?
Would that be? Is that as fast? Do helicopters go 150?
They don't have helicopters in Italy.
Helicopters go 150?
I see. I had no idea. I thought they
no helicopters. They cut up all the spaghetti. You can't have
they ain't got no helicopters in Italy.
Okay.
And they can land anywhere.
It just seems like I could just sort of see this, twisted metal at the side of the road, searching for a cooler with a kidney in it as the drivers are being pulled out on fire.
Wow, the average speed for a helicopter, 130, 145. I don't know why I wouldn't have thought that.
But the helicopter can also go straight as an arrow.
Yeah, as the crow flies.
Yeah, so I would think that would be a lot quicker. What else have you got over there?
The German government is praising so-called couch potatoes as heroes during the pandemic.
Yeah.
The 90-second video shared begins with an elderly man recalling his service to the nation when he was a young student in the winter of 2020.
Oh, boy. Oh.
The man says, I had just turned 22 when the second wave hit. Suddenly, the fate of the country laid in our hands, so we mustered all our courage and did what was expected of us, and it was only the right thing. We did nothing. As the video cuts to a younger man watching television on a couch, the narrator says, days and nights we stayed on our backsides at home and fought against the spread of the coronavirus.
Ah, that classic German wit.
When you think comedy, you think German.
They're a funny bunch, right?
The ad ends with a government message that says, you too can become a hero by staying at home.
Yeah,
you too can become a hero.
Where the streets have no name.
No, I think making a bomber joke.
Oh, you're going for the original U2, the Francis Gary Powers U2. But that is
Oswald gave the information. Oswald.
That's right.
Well, that's probably a good message.
It is.
Not sure they're really heroes. I think there are a lot of genuine heroes out there, but just stay at home and play your Xbox. It's probably good for your country. Do you favor couch potatoes or the couch stovetop, Josh?
You mean couch dressing?
No, stovetop.
Stuffing? Couch stuffing?
Oh, I like to have two starches with every meal, so I go with both.
Yeah. What was the one and I helped?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Yeah, shake and bake, and I helped. Now, my favorite story of the morning, of course, is the one involving this lady that was watching the guy, the hero. You talk about real heroes, pulling a guy out of a car that was sinking.
She tells us about that, doesn't
New
she?
Jersey. Well, here's a little taste of her voice.
Gotta get out of there. You gotta get out.
He gotta get out the car. But the guy has to get help too. He might pull them down. I pull him down. Oh! out! The rescuer!
He's out!
What happened? Why would somebody do this? Why would somebody do this?
Doesn't make the news tonight.
Oh, why did...
What's that old guy with no teeth saying?
I think Steven Seagal's there at the start. Get out the car!
Let me hear the
Get on the
beginning.
ground!
Here we go. Let's hear it.
Get out of there.
He got to get out the car. But the guy
Yeah, there you go.
Get out the car!
It's not Steven Seagal.
Pretty sure it is.
Shaniqua Seagal, maybe. Are you kidding me? That is clearly a black woman.
Let's listen. Hang on a second. Calm down. Let's not judge.
He got to get out the car. But the guy has to get help, too. He might pull them down.
Okay, now she sounds like if like Gilbert Gottfried's mother.
She sounds like the voice of the turkey in your turkey song.
Yeah. Wow.
Eat me, I'm a turkey.
Yeah.
Someone tweeted that it sounds like the mom on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, it does a little bit. She does. Yeah.
But that's all real. By the way, the good news is this guy, a real hero, took off his prosthetic leg, went into the cold water, and got this guy out of the car before it sank. So a great story. But this woman is so funny. Some of the stuff she says.
Oh, why did he do this?
Referring to the guy that drove into the water.
I'm sorry, Ma.
It's Everybody Loves Raymond.
That's good.
I know, Ma.
Who is he? He's an elderly man.
Now, let
Maybe
me
he's
tell you
got
something,
nobody.
Ray.
Chick, you know what she kind of sounds like? Let's see if you can guess what I'm going to say. A nursing home? You're putting me in a nursing home?
It does sound like Olivia Soprano.
Oh,
Natalie Marchand, right there.
Wow, you're right.
Kids are like dogs. You have to teach them.
A psychiatrist, not a psychiatrist.
You know, this one part, this is kind of depressing. Once again, she's referencing the guy who apparently drove his car into the water.
Who is he? He's an elderly man. Maybe he's got nobody.
Yeah, but for her right in the spot to suddenly have this whole backstory, as you said, Josh, so sad.
What is wrong with him?
Deborah, let's get out of here. Oh, no, Ray, you can't leave until we got...
Is this Brad Garrett?
That wasn't bad.
Can't leave till you got the turkey.
Not bad. Let's hand the baton back to Jessica Alsman over at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Authorities in Mississippi discovered 37 pounds of meth hidden inside a car's spare tire. According to the Scott County Sheriff, officers stopped a pickup truck along the interstate near Flowood after noticing it was driving in a careless manner.
What's the name of the town?
Flowood?
How do you spell it?
FLOWOOD.
Well, I don't know about Gladys, but Flo would.
She sure would.
Yeah,
Flo would do anything.
I know Flo did.
Give her a chance.
Okay.
Allstate wouldn't take my insurance, but Flo would.
There you go. Progressive.
All right. Allstate, kiss mine.
As that Eddie Vedder punk said, even Flo would.
An officer conducting the stop discovered a tire in the truck bed and inside it 37.5 pounds of methamphetamine.
Yeah, put it in the tire. No one's gonna find the tire. Yeah, put it there. Yeah.
$350,000 worth. That's a lot of meth. The unnamed driver was charged with aggravated trafficking in methamphetamine.
This is another
arrested, so not a good year for this guy.
No.
Good year. I thought it was a fine joke, but it was a little flat.
Let's just tread lightly, all right?
Okay, all right, okay.
You got any
if you have a tire full of meth, though.
Hang on. Did you just say tread lightly? Get him, chick. Is that what you said?
I did. Yeah.
Confidently, like, you know we're on the radio, right? People can hear
People
us.
are hearing?
Yes!
So embarrassed.
Spilling into people's houses and cars.
Why would the cops check the spare tire?
Because they're good cops.
Yeah.
There was meth in there.
So
You
they
ever
must,
see French Connection? They check the rocker panels. Tom?
They sure do.
That's where the heroin is.
I don't know.
Yeah, these guys sound like they know what they're doing.
It makes me think the guy went, I'll do whatever you say, officer, but don't bother looking at that tire. Nothing there. Wasting your time.
I've got my license, my registration. One thing you don't want to worry about, that tire right
It's
over
fine.
there. The guy's chewing on the side of his mouth.
he doesn't have a motor. He's got a hole in the floor of the car, and he's doing it Flintstone style. I got this meth. I tell you what, I do. Very good. Thank you very much.
He doesn't have AAA, but now he has to go to NA.
That's cute. Yeah.
Cute. Don't let Jessica write for you.
Walking, okay.
Nice comment. Yeah.
Okay. What else have you got, Jessica?
A Florida motorist has survived a late-night collision with an alligator.
Oh.
According to the Cocoa Police Department, the alligator wandered into dangerous territory where he was hit by a car on US 1. Authorities said both the driver and the alligator both walked away without injury. Police added the gator was picked up by FWC, where we hope he finds a safer place to roam.
Okay.
Did you guys see the video of the alligator on the golf course over the weekend?
Yes.
Huge.
I mean, like a true monster.
And the
It
weird
looks
thing
like
was,
a car.
And it was sort of strutting.
Yes, it was very
His
high.
His body seemed to be way off the ground.
That's a man.
His legs were really long.
Right.
What was that?
And he was in a neighborhood. You could see houses in the background. I guess the locals have a name for him.
Well, no, yeah, they interviewed some people. That's our pet gator.
Boy, I bet there aren't a lot of barking dogs in that neighborhood.
Real quiet at night.
May not even be a mailman.
What do they name the alligator? The reason I'm gonna move?
No kidding. I mean,
wasn't it? I
something
forget
huge,
what the name
I forget,
was, but it was. They called it the dinosaur. Right now, I want a little treat. We haven't heard this Thanksgiving tribute.
Oh, chocolate.
So, I don't know if it's a chocolate treat. I think this is the one I'm talking about. I don't even know if this is. I think we'll have to come back. This may be a little too long. But this one isn't.
This old boy had him a parrot, and this parrot was something else. He was ornery and all the time cursing and whatnot in front of kids. And his owner decided that wasn't right at all. He said, I'm fixing to teach you a lesson. Well, that parrot kept cursing and cussing in front of them kids. He said, I'm fixing to teach you a lesson, you dirty bird. So about that time, after the parrot kept cursing and cussing, this old boy put that parrot in the freezer. And he heard him cursing and cussing in there, and about 5 minutes passed, he got real quiet. He decided to have mercy on that bird, and he opened it up. He said, have you learned your lesson? That parrot said, well, I sure did. He said, I ain't going to talk another bit, but I do have one question for you. He said, what's that? He said, what that turkey in there do?
Time now for a little family treat at Thanksgiving.
From the people who brought you the sounds of Halloween and the sounds of Christmas. The Bob and Tom Show proudly presents the audio collection, The Sounds of Thanksgiving.
Marvin, who changed the temperature on the oven? My yams are burning. My yams are burning.
Yes, if you can't make it home this Thanksgiving, we'll bring the holiday home to you with The Sounds of Thanksgiving.
You're overcooking the turkey, Roger.
The turkey's fine, Alice.
It's not fine, Roger. It's going to be all dry and crusty.
Alice, the only thing dry and crusty around here is in your pants.
Oh, my.
The Sounds of Thanksgiving. And we didn't forget your stoner brother at the dinner table either.
Yo, dude, could you pass me more of the gravy? You guys ever try mayonnaise on Jell-O? No, Gamma. Those brownies ain't for you.
The Sounds of Thanksgiving will keep you stress-free by reminding you that you're not actually dealing with the show that is Thanksgiving with your family.
Kimberly, your cat just peed on me.
That's a pillow you're petting, Uncle Clarence. You just pissed your pants again.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't forget your drunk, socially awkward teenage nephew, Clayton.
If I get the biggest part of the wishbone, I'm going to wish that the girl next door keeps shaving with her curtains open. My mom says it's okay for me to drink bourbon. You ever look at the website Beaver Hunt? I'm thinking about becoming an astronaut. I'm not hungry. I just snorted the last of my Adderall. Hey, who's that hot MILF?
Quit staring, Clayton. She's your aunt.
Yep. Feeling empty and all alone? Get Bob and Tom's The Sounds of Thanksgiving and rest easy, knowing that it could be worse. You could actually be home.
Get off my back, Larry. It's not stripping, it's burlesque.
You and the horse you rode in on, Mother.
And if you order right now, we'll throw in for free The Sounds of Black Friday.
Stand back,
From Bob and Tom Audio Productions.
It's burlesque.
Yes, not stripping.
Shut up, Mom. Rough. I'd forgotten. Rough. Speaking of rough, how about speaking of smooth? Harry's Razors had another great shave this morning. Harry's, you've been hearing about him for years, but Harry's is improving every day. Harry's has been paying attention to the science of metallurgy, and Harry now has the new sharper blades, but Harry's kept the price down, still about as low as $2 for a refill. Join 10 million guys who've tried Harry's. This is the best offer ever from Harry's. The new sharper blades, they've affixed them to the beautiful Harry's razor, perfectly designed. I think you're going to like it. What am I talking about? Well, Harry's has this offer. You get the 5-blade razor, the weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, the travel cover for $3, and then Harry's sends it right to your house, and that shipping costs you how much?
It's free.
The shipping is free. Did you hear what I say? 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, travel cover, $3 and free shipping. How do you do that? You go to harrys.com and write in the code Bob and Tom. That's harrys.com. The code is Bob and Tom at checkout. Once again, Harry's has been using a factory that's been making razors for 100 years. And of course, there's the Harry's guarantee. You got nothing to lose here. $3? Check out Harry's razors. I know you're going to love them. And this new steel, they tested it, and with a test group, they said their 8th shave was just as smooth as their first. So check out great quality at a low price with Harry's. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. harrys.com. The code is Bob and Tom. Our history lesson is next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you in part by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, DOD, veterans, and their families. Our members are the mission, insured by NCUA. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, for everything Bob and Tom, check out bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information, plus links to our social media sites, and of course, much, much more. Don't forget, you can always email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. If you have a request or a comedian you'd like to hear, perhaps a Thanksgiving treat, something we haven't played yet or you haven't heard for a while. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up next week, so our time is running out on those requests. Get them to us today. We'll try to get them on for you. bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Vikings overcome a 104-yard kickoff return by Chicago's Cordell Patterson to beat the Bears 19-13. in Chicago. Former New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker has been cleared of robbery charges in Florida after his alleged victim's attorney was arrested on extortion charges. Prosecutors announced Monday they were dropping all charges against Baker. That came shortly after the county sheriff's office arrested attorney William Dean and charged him with extortion. And New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold to be sidelined for a second straight game. He's recovering from an injured right shoulder. The NCAA says it plans to hold the entire 2021 men's college basketball tournament in one location to mitigate the risks of the coronavirus. It is in talks with Indianapolis to be that one city. The Final Four is already set to be held in Indianapolis next year. The association said it's relocating early round games that had been scheduled for 13 cities across the country. And in college football, number 5 Texas A&M will not play for a second straight week. Saturday's home game against Mississippi postponed because of lingering issues with the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hi, fellas.
Hi, Floyd.
Floyd, how are you?
Josh, I believe you offered to talk about your thoughts on universal health care.
No, that's not quite what I said.
I don't know if it's time for a conundrum, but here's a thought for you.
All right.
When it comes to pre-existing conditions, would you be willing to cover bad attitudes? Listen to your answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's very helpful.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 7 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Frigamall Broadcasting presents another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
The year was 1896. The place just outside of Athens, near the town of Stactontopolis, Greece. While preparing for the first modern Olympics, organizers were forced to eliminate a track and field event. In what will surely go down as the biggest bloodbath in Olympic history, runners from 5 teams were injured at the initial time trials of the 100-meter razor hurdles. 4 of the 5 athletes would never compete again. However, Austrian hurdler Klaus Kleinendorfer went on to be a silver medalist for the women's team. As
45 at Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Yes, sir.
We have some cool stuff happening in spite of the corona. The Christmas Nights of Lights at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. This is really great. It's a great light display, and you can get the kids in the car, have some fun, and you get all hooked up with some great music. More details at Q95.com. Also tonight, it's a show we call Bob and Tom Tonight on My Indie TV 23, 11:30 this evening on My Indie TV 23. Special midnight edition of the show coming your way on Saturdays.
Oh, yeah. Bob and Tom After Dark.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Let's change the title now. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Josh, there's Chick. Ace Cosby is our engineer. Pat Godwin in the other room. Feeling okay, Pat?
Yes.
Okay. Pat inadvertently overdosed on his blood pressure medication today. Not as romantic.
It's an old man problem.
Yeah, there we go. There's a Willie G. This is Tom speaking. Welcome back. And did I mention that Jessica Alsman is sitting in for Christy Lee?
Hey.
Christy should be back on Thursday. But right now, it's time for us to learn a little bit about history with Today in History.
Today in History. Time now for Today. I was watching Greg Morton on Twitter. He's got a really cool meme up. He's hugging himself. He's loving himself today. Do you see that?
I love that.
The point of that.
Time now for Today in History. Here's Tom.
Okay, now,
you don't sound ready now. Time now for Today in History. Here's Tom.
Are you watching that show, The Crown?
I am.
I think they think the ratings are going to pick way up because now they're entering the Lady Di era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the actress is great.
Oh yeah. Okay. I haven't seen the new
What's her
version
face
of it.
is Margaret Thatcher.
Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, from the X-Files. Yeah.
Really annoying voice.
Well,
I didn't know I didn't know. I'm learning.
The Iron Lady. We go back way back.
Iron panties.
1558, Queen Elizabeth I ascended to the throne at the age of 25.
Boy, and when she did, she cleaned house, didn't she?
Yeah.
It's like the end of The Godfather.
Yeah. No, today, most 25-year-olds, at least guys, just emerging from their parents' basement.
Today, I settle all family business.
That's pretty much what she did.
Okay. On this date in 1863, Abraham Lincoln starts the first draft of the Gettysburg Address.
Oh, he was president, right?
Yeah. Didn't he write that on the back of a postcard?
I heard it was something like that, isn't it?
It's
I think it was on the back of a menu at Waffle House.
okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Short and sweet.
He'd already done
Four score and smothered and covered. Oh,
That's
sorry.
right.
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute.
He'd done the jumble and the maze.
Four score, and was that supposed to be a 17? There's gravy there. I think the guy, wasn't it the guy right before him spoke for 3 hours or something?
Right.
And no one can remember who he is. So sometimes less is more. Yes. This is the famous day in 1973. Let me see if you guys know this one.
Okay.
Probably one of the most famous quotes in presidential history. Only a handful of words spoken by Richard Nixon on this date in 73.
I have a guess.
What do you think?
I am not a crook.
That's correct.
What did he say on?
You're not going to have Dick Nixon to kick around.
No,
anymore. That was in 60.
The Dick Nixon to kick around thing was when that was years before when he lost the California Senate or something.
The governor.
Was that what it was?
What did he famously say on Laugh-In?
Sock it to me.
Sock it to me.
Got it.
Yeah. Those were the days. Presidential humor. Tricky Dick, they called him back in the day.
It's a pretty good documentary on HBO Max. It's called Tricky Dick.
Yeah. Now, this is a kind of a sad day because in 1980, John Lennon released the album Double Fantasy, which would be his. Well, there would be a couple post-death releases, but then he died just a couple weeks from now in 1980.
I want to say I read the Playboy interview with him, and like 2 days later, he was killed.
Yeah, there was also a great interview in Esquire with him where he talked about writing the songs with McCartney and how they would get together and what was it? Paul would do the middle eight or he would do the middle eight, he would say.
Was Lennon impossible? He had to have been impossible. Was he fun at all? Did he ever laugh?
I think it's like anything. He was probably fun early.
He was a joyless cuss, wasn't he?
No, not at all. He was really
Didn't
cool.
he die on a Monday?
Yes, because I was on the air doing Monday night. I was running the board for Monday Night Football.
I heard it from Howard Cosell. This just in from outside.
I heard the 5 alarms go off on the AP printer.
Wow,
which was bad news. So
he said John Lennon, one of the Beatles, killed tonight in New York City.
Oh God. Yeah. But a friend of mine, believe it or not, plays on that record. Andy, not good friend of mine, and he said it was great. One of his famous quotes is he'd be sitting there playing with these guys, and John Lennon would go, "Andy, stop it, play like Ringo," which is seriously. I mean, there's a bunch of transcripts about it. There's a really good article about it in the Washington Post. What was that? A couple days ago, Pat? I sent it to you.
Yes.
About the making of that great album.
What's the big hit from it?
Starting Over.
No one's ever
Beautiful Boy.
What do you mean no one's ever heard that?
Watching the Wheels.
Beautiful Boy is horrible. All that's horrible.
I think the biggest hit in 80s John Lennon was Mark David Chapman.
Well, I just...
and a chill filled the room.
I tried.
There's nothing funny
Catch her in the rye.
Hey. Okay, we'll just leave it right there.
Willie,
it's time now to learn what we learned on today's show.
Time now, brought to you by Grainger. Delivering the products, keep your facility running is what Grainger does best. And I'm the Grainger Ranger. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Grainger. We learned that Jessica Alsman has lovely, creamy white skin.
Oh,
Over and over and over.
You don't think that's a sweet thing to say?
I think it's fine. I could use a facial or something.
Sweet.
Oh, God.
Creepy, not needed. All these things.
Don't want creamy and facial too close to each other.
Willie wants us to forget that he was late today. Okay, we forgot that.
Well, he saved some orphans and anonymous.
We convinced Jessica that in the song "Me and Mrs. Jones," Billy Paul indeed lisps when he says.
That's right, because a audiologist emailed Tom.
Now, Josh, this is for you.
Yes, sir.
In Finland, a guy pushed a car 1 mile in record time, and
he crossed the finish line, didn't he?
The finish,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's how it's done.
I don't know why, but it's funnier now than when it happened. That's weird, right?
We met this lady who was going to be part of our show forever when she said,
"Oh, why did he do this? Who is he? He's an elderly man. Maybe he's got nobody. Look at these great heroes. Yay! Heroes!
I want to get in on this. Someone notice me.
And Pat Godwin told us milk of magnesia, it softens your stool. Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.